Early doors, it's the Manchester Derby. Smash the like button, people. Conversations, all that good stuff. Let's get through the intro. Show must go on, dog. People, deluded. I'm back again. It's a Manchester derby. It's Manchester City against Manchester United. Again, first things first. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night, dependent on where you lot are watching from. Pardon me. One love if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, smash the like buttons. Talking points, predictions, let me know all of that stuff. How do we think this game's going? This is a bit of a weird fixture for me at 29 years of age. And I say that because with the greatest of respect to Manchester City, you know, for the large part of my life, Manchester United against Manchester City, it wouldn't have got the viewership it got now. It was standards, really and truly. Then there's been a point where, yeah, Manchester United could say they've won in the FA Cup and they've obviously won some Manchester derbies, but the domination or the total flip of what I've seen with what City are doing in comparison to Man United has obviously been crazy as well. Now, today, obviously, both teams are in a bit of different shape. They share the same consistency in that both teams are not where they want to be in the table. As Amarin said, you know, in an ideal world for people that support these clubs, you know, this is a game that has ramifications for the title, which for City it indirectly does. Now, both teams can't really defend. Both teams don't really have the cutting edge up front. Both teams are struggling in midfield. Obviously, Amarin's just came into the job and he's got a mammoth task at Man United. I won't go as far as to say there's pressure on Pep Guardiola because, pardon me, I don't know why I got the gas, but he's obviously signed a new deal. And Manchester United are failing. Now, you can never disrespect Pep Guardiola and utter words, but naturally, when you're not doing what needs to be done, there has to be several question marks, man. Can't believe we didn't beat Everton, head still gone. Let it go, man. Just let it go, bro. Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Just let it go, man. Like, as much as I love football and I love Arsenal Football Club and I love all of that stuff, to a degree, I always think about it in the sense of why get angry over, beyond the obvious, why get angry about what I can't control? Now, I'm with you. I mean, we know why we lost to Everton, but you're almost in disbelief. You're dreaming about the title. Some Arsenal fans are doing that whole, but Liverpool drop points and it's always dangerous to start conversations with if we win our next 4 games, this, that, and the third, and all of that's right. You know, when I calm down a bit, probably not even in reflection of my titles, yeah, I guess the league isn't gone, etc. For me, it is. And I say that because if you want to point to the mathematics and that, cool, the evidence is in your favor. I'm not saying I don't hear that side of the argument. For me, it's about how we're playing. We're not doing the corners. It's peak. Saka and Martinelli not doing anything. It's peak. When Mikel Arteta makes 5 substitutions, it is peak for us. Odegaard and Rice coming off where we're trying to get something from the game. Of course, I'm glossing over that, but you get the point, man. So yeah, big up yourself. Ghost, one love. Man said AFTV Prime days are back. Boy, so social media is doing what social media does. Boy, some of the fan cams are brazy. Some of the sound bites are brazy. Boy. Big up yourself, Edward. Tommy, appreciate you. You've gone for a 2-2 draw. Well, for us as neutrals, I think a draw would be a perfect result if you support anyone in the top 6. I guess a draw would, a goal scoring draw, as you're suggesting and insinuating, would be amazing, man. Nathan, one love. Big up DG in the chat. If you're new here, smash the like and subscribe button and help DG on his way to 70k. Appreciate that. Man said 2-0, man, cheaty. DG, was that the last goal you scored from playing football? No, it wasn't, but it is the only one that's been recorded. My last goals are much simpler finish, man. MBE, Young Boy, and Ganashus, for that name. Drop to let go. Serious Gaffer will give you both a 40 mil, DG. Well, you need to talk to them Arsenal fans that have been on the positive helium. I'm more on taking Garnacho than Rashford. I know that sounds mad, but for the very fact he's younger, he's more impressionable. Rashford, I'm not on it. I'm not on it. You can see the lineups from both sides here, people. It seems like both teams are going free at the back, which could be interesting. You've got Edison, Diaz, Guardiola, Kyle Walker, Gundogan, who are we going to have conversations? We can't disrespect Gundogan, what his career has been, what he's done in the Premier League. But if we're keeping it 100 in a couple of months, he's been back at City. Boy, what's going on? What's going on? Has Mikel Moreno been worse than Gundogan? agendas. Bernardo Silva, Doku, Nunes, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne. Now I'm interested to see what these four in particular, as you can see where I'm hovering my screen, and if you're just listening, Nunes, Silva, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, purely because surely there's going to be a lot of rotations between them four in particular, and that's obviously going to have ramifications for Manchester United's right hand side. Well, better, yeah, their right hand side, City's left. Almost didn't know my left and right. And obviously Haaland's playing for City. For Manchester United, you've got Højlund, Mason Mount, Diallo, Bruno Fernandes, Ugarte, Mazzawari, Lissandro Martinez, De Ligt, Maguire, and Mr. Onana. Onana, whose goalkeeping is going to have to be spot on today. You know what? I'm going 2-1 Man United win. DG, tell me which league was last one in December. I don't know, man. And if that's what you believe, fair play. But for me, it's about how we're playing. Again, mathematically, you can still get back in it. The underlying metric shows there's a bit of positivity in the attacking sense, but the hardest thing to do is put the ball in the back of the net. Goals win games. And last time I checked, you've actually got to do that to win football games. You know, we've been playing football matches, and I'm talking about the club I love, like it's a boxing match, like it's Mayweather. We're trying to win on points. You've got to watch that Eddie miss. Boy, I must admit, Eddie and you know what? I'm not even going to say it because we've got a double header against Crystal Palace. Let me be respectful. That United team looks rubbish. If they win, then football is truly magical. Weirder things have happened. And on the bench for City, Stones, Kovacic, Grealish, Ortega, Silvinho, Jamal Simon Pasi, but again, forgive me. Recent recruit from West Ham, actually, Mubama, Nico O'Reilly, James McCaitry. They've been on the bench really and truly since the summer. For Man United, they've got their keeper Bayinde, Lindelof, Zertsky, Matlasia, Ericsson, Lenny Yoro, Casemiro, Anthony, and Kobe Mainoo. Interesting calls, man. Obviously, you got to address the elephant in the room. Marcus Rashford is not in the squad. Now, to my knowledge, and I should have done my research, I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's the off-field stuff. He's been a talking point for the last few years. And somebody else is missing from Man United. And I can't... Someone that's normally... I don't know who, people, but my spidey senses are tingling. Somebody's not here beyond Rashford. Like, someone else is injured or they're not in the matchday squad. Apologies, people. Give me 30 seconds. I'll definitely find it. I don't have a clue, but someone's missing from Man United, isn't it? Someone's missing. Someone that's always playing is missing. Let me see what the chat's saying. Yeah, there you have it. Garnacho said, I can't claim it, but yeah. And it could be that leak thing. It could be that leak thing. Let's be honest. It has to surely be an off-field thing. You know, whether Garnacho or Marcus Rashford deserve to start or they're involved in any of that is another thing. But to not have them in the Manchester United squad. Now, granted, Man United's form, no one can complain if they're not really playing or in the matchday squad. But it's got to be some off-field shenanigans. Proper drama at Man United, isn't it? Chelsea, watch along after this as well. Top Blue, big up yourself. And Rashford. And obviously, the manager's obviously doing up mind game. Not even put negative mind games. Like, he's drawing a line. He's putting his foot down, all that kind of stuff. But, and I definitely don't necessarily agree with this. More Garnacho than Rashford because Garnacho's more likely to score. But to not have them on the bench if you're chasing a game or if you need something, oof. And they probably are snakes. And for Ruben Amorim, you know, you've got to get the snakes out immediately. Anyone that thinks they're Mr. Manchester United and they've achieved something, and I need to turn on my TV, people. And then Mr. Big Shot, get them out. At the end of the day, beyond the obvious things at Man United, like they need to bloody fix their stadium. You know, the only positive thing about Manchester United at this moment in time, people, is their academy. They've got some good players coming through. I don't know where they are in the table, but they're doing all right. Obviously, Kobe Mainoo's just popped up. Off the field, they're a mess. I swear they ain't even got screens at Old Trafford. You know, they're trying to fix up the structure. Now, isolated the variables Amorim can control, bearing in mind the market's not open and he's just got into the club. He has to, you know, there's a lot of bad habits that squad have. There's a lot of bad practices. There's a lot of, you know, this leaking business. Again, there are a lot of parallels, I believe, anyways, between Amorim and Mikel Arteta, because this is all the stuff that Arteta was having to deal with at the start of his Arsenal career. Like, you know, do you remember when now Mikel Arteta's press conferences are boring, isn't it? Like, he just does mind games. But don't you remember when he was using that big language, like he promises to weed out the rats and the moles and the leaks? It's not, you know, stopping leaks at a football club is impossible, innit? There's thousands of people involved, and with phones and whatnot, it's crazy. But is there any coincidence Arteta did that? And there's not really leaks like that. And there's plenty of other examples. I must admit, people, Mr. Haaland, you got to score today, you know. Ahmad's on my bench in FPL, but Haaland, you got to score today. FPL. Saka drew a blank. You need to do something. Salah, you got an assist. I allow you. It was between Salah and Cole Palmer. I was going to bet on Cole Palmer, but it is what it is. Let me take my seat back down, people. But yeah, man, zero tolerance to the snitching thing. And beyond anything, it's a betrayal of trust. If you're Ruben Amorim, like, and actually indirectly the players, it's a betrayal of trust. Like, what are you leaking for? Of course, every player in every Premier League team, dependent on their relationship with someone, like, come on, man. Like, I'm not trying to say anyone's doing this, but realistically, come on, man. If you're Saka's brethren, like you're actually his dog, you went to school with him, you're still close. He's not gonna tell you the isms and schisms, but he might tell you 1-2 revelations or something. Or if you know these Man United players, like if I knew Kobe Maino, I'm not trying to drop him in it, but his brethren's got to say, "Oh, come on, man! Like, what's going on?" Like, there's everybody's talking, but Arteta's probably talking to his close friends as well. I'm in the same, but there's a difference between leaking it to the social medias. And I pressed the wrong timer. I must admit, I'm not too in the know with all those shenanigans, but I did see the clips and whatnot. It's crazy, man. Haaland attempts to win a header. Does he technically win it? Jeremy Doku. Can he beat the allegations? I know my winger yesterday couldn't get the better of a 50-year-old Ashley Young. See what happens when your decision-making's pony. Cut the chat. Phil Foden's playing. Agendas, you must. Phil Foden, today, you must. You have to do something. Goal, assist, something. You have to. Because Saka gets it. Cole Palmer gets it. You're meant to be better than them and have all the ability. I want better for Foden. He's a quality player. Big up yourself, Ambrose. Yo, DJ in the chat, that draw was frustrating yesterday. It was. And I'm beyond the point of I can't be frustrated against Everton. And if I am frustrated against Everton, Sean Dyche has done his job, which they did, right? For me, it's just a different game, same old things. Like, it's the same old issues from Fulham. And I'm not asking for us to be, like, completely perfect, but I didn't see us try and do anything different that led to our demise against Fulham. Like, we weren't breaking down a stubborn low block unit. I didn't see anything yesterday to suggest that. More points dropped, in it. Like, just have to go again. Like, and I'm not even just saying that for the sake of it. There's literally no choice. Kevin De Bruyne. I must admit, it will be interesting today to see the back three of both sides, man. Pardon me, because obviously the way Pep's going to be doing it is different to Amorim. Obviously, Pep's players are better coached because Amorim's walked in and he's trying to promote good habits and exit bad habits. I mean, I did a live stream with Rance, shout out Rance, and he was very, like, passionate about Lisandro Martinez when he's called into wide areas as a centre half in the back three. It looks like, admittedly, it's a back five at the moment, as you can see with Deluded hugged over on the left. But United do have, one, City are not what City used to be. Two, like, whatever you say about the United players, and I'm not here to gas them, there's enough that can cause trouble today if City mess about. Lesser players have. And Billy, appreciate you, man. I think you made a comment on one of my videos and I couldn't have agreed more, man. I think I saw it today. So yeah, big up yourself for always being here. Afternoon, DG. Thought I'd had enough of football for the weekend, but I'm back like an addict. I am. Here we are, man. And you know what? It's nice to watch another team because obviously if Man United lose today, I'm going to go be trolling the hell out of my United supporting friends. And if City lose, then, you know, I don't know when, like, City just become ups, isn't it? Jeremy Doku loses it. It's a big vote of confidence for Doku today in a game like this as well. He's got so much ability. There's a reason Liverpool, Arsenal, a lot of teams wanted Jeremy Doku when he was at, I'm sure he was at Anderlecht to like 16. He's got it. A bit like Martinelli, it's the decision making. Like, obviously he's more exciting than Martinelli in that, but it's the decision making in the final third. No one don't care about the pony skills. Aesthetics fools people that don't know what they're talking about. Núñez has been fouled here, and he's benefited a lot from City's injuries and shaky form because he's probably played more now for City than he ever has. Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne has to show something. Kyle Walker, you need to be patterned today, and passes like that aren't going to get you in City fans' good books. Bruno Fernandes goes back to Onana. Oh, nah. Please, Onana mistake. I need that. He's almost giving it to Gundogan. There's a foul off the ball for United could be in here. Oh, Bruno should have fouled. Oh, fair enough. It's Mason Mount. If that was another player, if he put that free for Mount, it might be 1-0 to United early doors. United have started okay. It's 3 minutes. Can't get excited. Mount. Almost forget Mount is at Man United. A bit like how we forget Raheem Sterling plays for Arsenal. Ooh, Doku's done well there. I thought he was fouled. Wait, the ref needs to get a hang on the game here. Doku's always been a talent, but it's the final product that's never convinced. And that's what bare football fans don't understand, bro. Like, it's about now, especially in today's day and age more than ever. It's about the end product. It's about what it's cool. You can do all these skills, but you need to be decisive. Guardiola, he's sick, man. Kevin De Bruyne spam crosses a clock, tries to find Haaland. To be fair, Lisandro Martinez has done well. It is a corner to City. Big up, John. What's good, DG? This club loves, gives hope, and snatches it away. Jokes on them. I passed all stages of grief last year. I love my club. I can't say I'm not happy or upset when we win or lose, but like there's a certain amount of distance between my heart and the football club. In a sense of like there'll be a day where I can believe in this thing properly. It's not today though. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom, but it's just self-inflicted nonsense. Kevin De Bruyne's attempt to cross hasn't gone anywhere. We just do a lot of the problems we've got as Arsenal fans is in our team. It's a lot of it is self-inflicted. Now, of course, I'm being harsh, but like squad depth, you're hearing Rice is playing with a knot. We've missed Odegaard, missed that guy, this guy, that one's injured. We've been knowing these guys are injured. In February, Mikel Arteta said we had one of the smallest squads. Whether we tried to get a striker or a winger or whatever, we didn't. If we want to do this, just participating thing, we've got more than enough. When I get over the line, we can't say we've done stuff. Pardon me, Mikel Arteta, low blocks are not a new phenomenon. The left-hand side is not a new issue at Arsenal with the lack of left-hand side on a consistent basis. That's been there for the best part of 2 years. I'm not inviting a pile-on with the manager, same way I give you credit for other things, but like these are not new issues for the football club. Stevie Wonder could see this. Man United got a bit of fortune here, but this is a good passage of play. Who is it down this left-hand side? Is that Mason Mount or is that Deluded? Deluded up against Kyle Walker, two washed fullbacks. It's a good delivery, to be fair with you. Maybe I'm being harsh on Højlund, but you could have made a meal of that. Maybe I'm gassing up the cross from the left back. You know I'm a fullback, so I always spread agendas. But a decent chance. And to be fair, you could argue Manchester United have never had a better time to play City because when's all said and done, beyond the obvious, both teams are probably in current form pretty damn even. They both can make mistakes. They both can slice the opposition open. They're both prone to lapses. Both managers would love a win. There's pressure on both clubs. Phil Foden's lost the ball. Him back in the beef is nothing new. We've been here before. Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount. How long before you lose it? To be fair, he's done well here. Dallo, you're too narrow there, man. And it's taken too long, to be fair, for Mazawari to offer reinforcements. To be fair, that's not really a criticism of the player. It's more the system that Amarin's forced, in my opinion, to deploy. Agate, we're watching. Because all United fans like to talk about Moreno. No one was rating Moreno like how they were calling, how they were gassing up Agate. If we want to be silly, Gundogan come to the table, Agate come to the table. If we want to speak about Mikel Merino. Diallo, you lot call him the Black Messi and that. What kind of Messi? I'm trying to see stuff today. We've got Chelsea making a comeback from a team in the Big Six. Liverpool able to score even on 10. Arsenal never like that. Then they're going to have to hold that on Nano. Delete. Good play from Mazawari, which, well, curse his commentator is giving the ball away. I think he's been one of the better signings of the summer. I'm not gassing him, but I think in the day and age where Man United have made some terrible deals year in, year out, it shows that a broken clock's right twice a day, because I think that was a good one. And I think unlike the other signings for Man United, he didn't break the bank. Lisandro Martinez, who like William Saliba, Christian Romero, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Davies of Bayern has been linked with Real Madrid. I think they might get Christian Romero, you know. You have heard those rumours Christian Romero wants to leave Spurs. You hear the comments he said about the chairman. For me, when a player's talking like that, like, you want to cut, bro. Harry Maguire. Unpopular opinion, they shouldn't force Harry Maguire out the side. Like, he's actually a decent squad player. Emphasis on the squad. Especially with United's form, he could hardly do a lot worse. Where's Johnny Evans? Has Uncle finally retired? Deluded. Mazawari, but where's the Manchester United midfielders to show for it? Mazawari, to be fair, Bruno's done well there, apart from the pass. What do I know? Højlund up against Diaz. And Ruben Diaz, I'm watching you because I rate you. I described you as one of the best centre-halves in the Prem. But you've been talking spicy this season about City, and I've watched the enthusiasm get torn out of you because you're being a lot more humble. Stay humble, eh? Well, if Arsenal don't win the league and City rub out, at least we can get a trophy for breaking Man City. Because ever since Haaland and those players started talking, they got worse. See what happens when you want to give more interviews than actually putting work in the training ground. Romero won't get in that Real Madrid side. Squad player settings. We have flashes of championship winning team, but we're not there yet. If it's a low point season, we need to be in the mix in May and we might rob it. Con, I think you're bang on the money. But that's where, for me, by what you said there, which I wholeheartedly agree, that's where I kind of not lose faith, but I'm less behind that kind of stuff because on the simple basis of we're kind of we're starting to rely on other teams dropping points and that. But you are right, we do show flashes. That's what I mean by we are well, Arsenal, we're our own worst enemies. We do enough to get inspired about. We show enough positives, and then we F it. Lord God, Bruno Fernandes, you're lucky that pass paid off. That was a horrible one. They're a lot up against Kyle Walker. Oh, probably showed why he's a left back. Not the best of deliveries. You haven't missed anything at all. It's 0-0. To be fair, tempo to the game's good, but both teams kind of look shook. Both teams kind of look reluctant. If push comes to shove, I don't know who I'd rather win. Because as much as I like bantering my United supporting friends, like it's not really Manchester City as a football club. It's more their players. That from a footballing sense, I kind of wish the worst on you now. Or every player that after they drew with Arsenal that decided to talk in interviews, I wish the worst on you from a footballing sense. Edison's found Kyle Walker. I won't go as far as to say it's Kyle Walker's last season, but surely they need to upgrade. Oh, that's a serious tackle by Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. As you can see, people, apart from the occasional times down the left, there isn't that much space in the game for either side. As you'd imagine when both teams do the three at the back. DG needs to change his name to Rational Gooner. We're far too down the line to turn back. Crystal Palace away is not what we need right now either. Trust me, double header. Like, can't sleep on the quarterfinals. But again, I'm not saying you're saying this, but we knew the problems going into the season. We know what we needed to do in the market. We knew the fixture calendar list. We knew what could happen if we didn't address all areas. So is what is Diallo of Man United. Oh, that is poor decision making from him. The offside flag eventually has come up, but even so, Diallo, you got to do better there. 10 minutes in, it's still 0-0. Palace away could get dark. It could get very dark. They're struggling this season, but for the simple fact of Crystal Palace is like Anfield or St James's Park or even Brentford, really. You look for them games as an Arsenal fan or any football fan, to be fair. You don't really look forward to playing at their grounds. It is what it is. I do wonder, is Mikel Arteta... I have a funny feeling. Well, I mean, he's going to rotate anyways, but I have a funny feeling he's going to rotate for the quarterfinals. But should you do that? Because if it was a must-win Champions League Wednesday, and obviously we're going to be playing on a Saturday, you wouldn't do that. It'd be nice to see Sterling play because I don't think Sterling is going to be amazing for us or whatever, but like everybody on that left-hand side is stinking up the place, which makes me believe Raheem Sterling won't play for Arsenal in the near to... Oh, cut the track. It looks like it could be the end of Mason Mount's evening already, 11 minutes in. Whatever you think of him, it's a bit like with Reece James. Certain players just can't catch a break. Like, you're always injured. Big vote of confidence playing today. Pardon me, he's gone down. And it actually looks like you're done, you know, because it looks like Kobe Mainoo's getting suited and booted. Harsh, man. It's peak. Mason Mount's coming off. Oh, I lost my trail of thought wherever he was, people, with that. It's been rough for him, man. Like, has he rushed himself back and told a little white lie where, you know, when you play football, you know in your heart you're not fully fit, but you want to play, you're kind of half passing the fitness test, but you know in your heart you're rushing yourself. Has Man United gambled on it with that? Because, you know, with Mason Mount, again, I don't know. He's obviously got a long history with injuries, and you can see Bruno Fernandes consoling him. Was it one that they knew he didn't have 90 minutes in him? Of course, they expected him to probably play more than 13. I don't know what the injury is. I'm not a physio, but the fact that he's walking off and he's not crying or nothing could be seen as a vote of confidence. Even Phil Foden's consoling him. But yeah, that's the end of his days. Kobe Mainoo's coming on. I mean, it's a big game for Kobe Mainoo. I don't know if he's a local boy, but he came through Manchester United's academy. But could you argue, shameless, but could you argue Raheem Sterling is been a better signing so far for Arsenal than Mason Mount? I've seen Sterling scoring that. But yeah, like that's why I was with Raheem Sterling. It's one thing, like Trossard, he was better off the bench, to be fair. Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli all stinking up the place. But if they're not if their form was great, fair enough. Surely it's more damning on how Mikel Arteta views Sterling, that even with all the inconsistencies on the left, he still sees all three of those. And let's focus a bit more on Trossard and Martinelli as better options than Sterling. Because we all saw the documentary where he worked with Sterling. We all were hearing about firing his belly, proving Chelsea wrong. half of, you got this weird Arsenal part of the fan base that thinks, the Rashfords, the Mudryks, the Sanchos, and I'm not saying it wouldn't have worked. I would have had Sancho, the Kai Havertz, any player that's down on their luck, Mikel Arteta can just get a tune out of them. We ain't seen nothing from Sterling. Couple assists for Ethan, big him up, but apart from that, see you doing more social media stuff. And obviously Chelsea hope it doesn't work out too much for him at Arsenal, but like going back to Chelsea, they're gonna have to deal with you. Jeremy Doku, speaking of wingers on this left-hand side. Guardiola. To be fair, he's done well here, but he's got no options. Finds Jeremy Doku. Oh, oi. Good bit of skill from Doku, but they've lost the ball. Look, cheeky little nutmeg. In fact, they got a free kick. Is Mount finished? I don't want to say he's finished, but I mean, he's probably got his injury list is probably crazy. Like, and how old is he? Surely he's like 26 now or something. I could be wrong. 25, 26 next year, 10th of January. How many injuries have you had? It's harsh, man. He's only played 6 times this season, 223 minutes. For Manchester United, he's actually only played 31 games. It's crazy. Where's the injury thing? Injury history. Gundogan. Oh, Lord, Gundogan. What was that? Gundogan? Horrible attempt. If you haven't hit the like button, please make sure you've done such. Oh, wow. Mason Mount in the 2023-24 season, he missed 147 days. This season already, he's missed 22 days. It's peak. He's had all sorts of injuries as well. Hamstring, calf, unknown, pelvic. It's peak. It is peak for Mason Mount, man. But hope he gets through that, man. Sad to see, but Mount is finished at the top level. You never know just with fitness. You never know, but right now it's looking, well, to be fair, Chelsea finesse Man United and Arsenal. In fact, both teams finesse themselves, because why are you buying Mount and Kai Havertz? Guardiola sweeps up for City. Jeremy Doku surely being fouled by Deluded there. I think he's a bit unlucky not to get a free kick. Let's be real, Mason is going to go down as a B-Tech wheelchair, bags of potential, but did niche in the end. I mean, Mount's won a Champions League. He's played for his country. He's done well, but I don't think you could ever be mentioned in the same bracket as Jack Wilshere. I like Mount as a footballer, though. I mean, it's how life works, but I didn't expect a reality where he'd be playing for Man United or would have left Thingy, would have ever left Chelsea, but I can't imagine Chelsea fans miss him. I don't think Sterling was genuinely brought in to be anything more than cover/cup appearances, honestly. Just looks like you're just replacing Reece Nelson's role. And you could look at it as that, yeah, Arteta might think Sterling's got Kobe Mainoo's gambled there and it weren't the best of passes to him. Deluded's done well. You could argue that he thought, you know what, Arteta sat there and said, you know what, we can't do what we wanted to do in the market. Sterling's got one foot out the door. I know him from the City days. I can somewhat trust him. As you said, it's a cup settings. But really, you can't get minutes off the bench. And even yesterday, because Mikel done mad gambling. He done mad gambling. When do you see Mikel Arteta on a consistent basis make 5 subs, take off Declan Rice and Odegaard? He was chasing it. So, like, you're going against your principles. Like, I'm not saying, if Trossard or whoever came off the bench and changed the game, it's a different story. But Raheem Sterling, and especially in the last 2 games, it's because we're playing deep blocks and low units. You need to either have players like someone said, the Wilsheres, the Nasris, the Santis, the Sesses, in our squad currently, Ethan and Odegaard probably the only ones indirectly. Saka, players that are great in the pockets. We need to stretch them. And we didn't do that. We did either. And Raheem Sterling's a player that nobody wants to see Raheem Sterling really and truly honourable. You want to see him kind of in that final action, kind of in the final 20 meters, as Mikel Arteta thought. So you explained yesterday. So I do think Sterling will see. Well, I don't know, but I do think we'll see Sterling in an Arsenal shirt this week. Surely he starts for against Crystal Palace. Apologies, in the cup. I don't expect to see you at Selhurst Park. And when people say Arteta is probably not happy with his defensive contribution, that could be valid. That really could be valid. But being devil's advocate at this moment in time, we need our wingers to be productive in what their job is. And 2, you sign the guy. Like, why sign people you don't trust then? If you can't use them at any moment, depending on the context. Phil Foden's on the ball. I must admit, for us neutrals, it's not the worst of games, but there's nothing of note. Neither keepers had to do anything. Both teams knocking the ball around fairly well, to be fair. I'd say both teams appear a bit timid's not the right word, but it's like they're waiting for the other team to kind of throw a significant punch. Wilshere was more techie than Mount, injuries aside. Well, Mount will tell you Jack Wilshere is better than him, man. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. DG Reece Nelson wasn't happy to do another season on the bench, and fair play to him. Fair play to him. Unfortunately for him, he's out for 10 weeks, but you're getting more game time at Fulham. Jeremy Doku, where is the man's options? I mean, it's a poor attempted pass to Haaland, but to be fair to him, that was the only thing on. Amad Diallo. Haven't seen too much of him running at City's attackers. Where is Arsenal going to find a needle mover in this January? What team would allow their top players to go in the middle of the season? Long days ahead for sure. It's going to cost a lot of money. Højlund could be in here. He's up against Diaz. He's rolled Diaz very well. Oh, you see, you should have passed that to Maino 20 years ago. There are the little things stopping Mr. Højlund from going to the next level. He's the only man in the box for United, so I can't imagine they're going to cross it. They're looking to work it on the edge of City's area. Bruno Fernandes forcing it. Gundogan's done very well. He's found Phil Foden. And that looks like the end of that. One thing I give Foden, you're a baller. You got all the ability. You just got no heart. Good switch of play here, to be fair. We just need a goal to go in, man, and maybe this sparks into life. Kevin De Bruyne has Doku, has Haaland as forward supporting options. Elects to find his club and country teammate Jeremy Doku, who's giving it back to the experienced Belgium. Is here again with Doku. Are we going to see breakdancing? Attempts to put a cross in. It's not the worst of crosses. United have dealt with it. No, they ain't. It's fallen to Foden. Foden's hit it. It's not a bad effort, to be fair with you, but it is wide. First real chance of the game. Did you miss the B-Tech in my sentence? Nah, you're not even B. He's not even B-Tech. It's not even B-Tech. Mason Mount just reminds me of James Maddison, man. They both kind of play the same way at times. If Liverpool can find Van Dijk in jam, why can't we in attack? I mean, you can find what you want, and to be fair with you, again, I'm not a fan of we tried, but you did try to get Caicedo, Mudryk, and Vlahovic in Jan. But you mentioned Van Dijk. They put the P's down. Like, what was it, 80 or whatever million? They put the P's down. Are we gonna put the P's down in January? People will say, "Oh, what about the summer?" and which is true, and there's valid reasons behind that. But if you find that striker that takes us to the next level in Jan, that's one less thing to do in the summer. The only thing I would say is, if you were to sign a certain sort of striker in January, others might become available in the summer that you were keen on. But then you could caveat that and say, what if a striker saves our season or makes the difference somewhat? Jeremy Doku's lost the ball. I can't believe he's trying to appeal for a free kick. Ahmad's on this right-hand side. Horrible passing to Højlund, and equally with Højlund, it's a horrible touch. United have counter-attacked on the occasion, but again, it's got to be better. It's got to be 10 times better. Do you care who wins or no? Nah, agendas are getting ran regardless, if I'm honest with you. It's either City didn't beat United at home, City lost, and oil money and all that jazz. Drawing out Manchester United supporters, because I'm sure we've all got friends and family that support United. And fair enough, Arsenal got a lot of problems, but the way they're yapping is like we lost against Everton and Fulham. Like, when you're so excited to get at someone, you know, it don't make sense. Gundogan, De Bruyne. Oi, good little dummy from Foden. Haaland. Foden, this could be a very good goal. No, it's a great corner, though, to earn. What else are you lot saying in the chat? Like, I'm tired of being for wayward ways. But Yak's injury already, that's rough for him. Deep block is Arsenal's kryptonite at this moment. It's true, and of course, it's very easy for me as a fan to sit here and talk, but did we not face this on occasion last season? Like, these are not new issues, and we had to have expected it at some point. If you go back to how we played in the 2022-23 season, assuming that teams are taking note that Arteta's Arsenal could play like that, why would you not set up in the way that nullifies it? I'm not saying you're not saying that, but any other way is idiotic. Arsene Wenger days, some teams we used to source. Don't you remember how teams used to play against us? They were doing low blocks, deep blocks, you know, living for the counter-attack, roughing up our players, set pieces and whatnot. Højlund marking Haaland on this occasion, a lot of argy-bargy there. I'm always wary of strikers marking strikers, though. It is that age-old thing. Oh, Nana's gone long this time. Højlund's won the header, but there's not a single United shirt that can get on it. Kobe Mainoo up against Phil Foden. Jeremy Doku, I'm not sure that was the best of attempted passes. Either way, Ederson doesn't need any encouragement to come off his line. He's come off his line. It's United throw actually. Mazraoui takes it quickly. Kobe Mainoo. Ahmad back to Mainoo. Mainoo's by himself. Where's the options for him? And he's no, it weren't the worst of ideas, it weren't the best of applications. But to be fair to you, what else could he do? Deluded almost slipped, but he caught life. Mazraoui, that's a great touch. What do we make of Deluded currently at United? It does look a bit shaky. There's a reason when you've gone to them big clubs like Bayern and Juventus, you ain't lasted too long. I wonder how long you last at United. Lenny Yoro, you're a great player, but we have to run agendas as well. Mazraoui, Kobe Mainoo, he's quality, man. And lovely switch of play for him. I know he's a different sort of player to Rashford, but like, don't Rashford look at a teenager or something in Kobe Mainoo and think his footballing IQ is ahead of mine. His decision making is ahead of mine. What am I doing in my life? Lisandro Martinez being encouraged to bring the ball forward. Does. Deluded. Boy, it's looking like a one goal at this current moment settles it for either team, people, if I'm completely honest with you. There's been a lot of possession. There's been a lot of knocking it around, but there's been nothing of note, really. Oh, what do I know? Diallo? Oh, it's a big chance. Would he have been offside? If he's not offside, he's dragged it wide. Wakanda Messi, It's games like this, you have to make things happen. Oh, would he have been offside? Probably, but that's another conversation. Either way he's in, he's got to score. He's gone for the near post rather than the far post. Either way, you've got to score there. You've got to put it in the back of the net. Big up yourself in the circle. Rather United win, honestly. City are still a bit too close for comfort. I hear it. A draw and a Brentford win would be perfect, but I think Chelsea might run right today. Did Lisandro Martinez beat Haaland to header? Maybe Haaland didn't attempt to go up there. That's interesting. 26 minutes in, people. We still don't have a goal. If it stays like this, I can't lie. I want controversy. I want penalties. Bruno Fernandes passed the ball, mate. We passes it when all the City players get back. Diallo's got no choice but to just play a square pass. To be fair, the game plan, obviously, you can say what you want about City. From a United perspective, what Amarin's doing is working so far. Like, I won't say both teams will take a draw. And I won't go as far as to say both teams can't lose here, because it's more of the same for United and more of the same for City, really. And a draw doesn't help either side, but you do kind of save face. Why are they showing the fans? Look at City fans pretending to be stressed. Welcome to us, a day in the life of us normal football fans. You lot have had a fairy tale of the last few seasons. Welcome to reality a bit. Nunes. Gundogan's really changed, didn't he? You rarely see him making those bursting runs into the opposition box anymore. T.S. Nunes has done well, but again, are you going to be able to play it forward? Gundogan helps it on its way to Kyle Walker, which means any potential attack is going to be delayed by several seconds. De Bruyne goes back to Walker. And this is what it's been. They already look better organised than under Ten Hag. 100%, which tells you Ten Hag was stealing a living. I always say, with Ten Hag, his greatest crime was whether it worked for you or not. Like Postecoglou, like he's not going to be the next manager to get sacked, but there's question marks over him, right? Arsene Wenger, the same, ultimately what led to his demise. But what led to their demise was their brand of football, like how they were doing it. What is Ten Hag's Man United? Yes, you know what? History's not going to remember the finer details. He's won 2 trophies, but didn't play anything like the Ajax thing. Brought several of your Ajax players and stunk up the gaff. Yeah, you gave Kobe Mainoo, you won 2 trophies. You gave Kobe Mainoo his moment. That's about it. You ain't developed nothing. There's no structure, and they're not a team of necessarily bad individuals, but extremely bad habits. Bernardo Silva that is a very good tackle by Bruno Fernandes, but I'm not quite sure why Man United were inviting Bernardo Silva to just take them on. All right, you're moving mad in the circle. Chill, man. Big up lads and what else did you say? Big up different not, man. Maguire. Can you get out of this? We need a goal, man. Højlund, it's a long day for you because you're fighting against about 20 City shirts throughout the whole 90. Silly foul from Haaland on Maguire. Boy, on control and possession, then attack. This makes Nelly not get the ball like he wants to. And if every attacker is kind of struggling, then you've got to ask questions of the manager. Unless I see Martinelli's footballing IQ improve dramatically over what's left of the season, which, as much as I love the guy, I can't put the guy in situations where he's good at. And I do wonder, not to, make a cop out for Martinelli, but Martinelli was at his best when he was almost a free spirit and kind of like just relying on instinct. Are we overcoached? Which we probably are, because if in the present day, every player is probably overcoached. Maresca, Arteta, Pep, they leave no stone unturned. But how much are we robbing our players of what they actually are? Mazawari's gone long. Diallo, no chance there, really. Just Pete. Before the Dubai trip, we were struggling like mad against the deep block. We weren't scoring goals. So then we'll go back to the drawing board again. Like, I'm not being harsh on Mikel Arteta, but even that's been something that's not new here. I do think, the Dubai trip worked. Obviously, it worked, but there was a favourable run. Let's be real. There was a favourable, in hindsight, there was a favourable run of fixtures where we could just batter teams, get the 3 points, boost our morale, and just keep it moving. I would say, in hindsight, I think the game that showed there'd be a turnaround is where Liverpool dumped us out the FA Cup, purely because the mentality was a bit better with creating chances. Obviously, we lost the game and another year, no trophy and all that. But yeah. Can this game see a goal? I wonder how many shots on target come the end of it. There's 15 minutes left. I don't think there's been a shot on target for either side. And I'm willing to bet between the two sides no more than 3 come the next 15 minutes. I hope I'm wrong, of course. Worst home performance all season. Our game was shocking yesterday. That control constricts. There you have it. And it is a trade-off. I just want to see a bit more freedom in the final third for our players. Like lately, Mikel Arteta has been talking a lot about the last 20 meters of the pitch. That's something you've got to fix, because that's the hardest task in football, to score goals. Jeremy Doku's attempted skill almost saw him lose the ball, but he's managed to keep it. Guardiola's been caught there in United. This is where United got to come to life. That's a decent knock by Bruno Fernandes to Ahmad, you've got to be quicker there, man. You're allowing reinforcements. United have to get a shot away. He squared it to Agate. Agate, have you got a left peg? Doesn't elect to use the left peg. I don't know. You're just here for no reason. Lissandro Martinez, is he going to buy a lottery ticket? He does buy a lottery ticket. It's poor. Kobe Mainoo keeps the move alive. Surely Man United should have played for the free kick. Agate saw his name in the most lights. He thought he was going to channel his inner Paul Scholes. He's fondled it over. Kobe Mainoo was fouled. I don't know if the ref would have given it. If he would have, United were better off just, rather than playing for the advantage, taking the free kick. It wasn't to be, though. What else have we got? Bro, some of our fan base think we're RSPCA. Like a lot of our fan base are dishonest about a lot of stuff, man. Like, there's very little balance, I feel, in Arsenal content. Like, it's like, as frustrating as yesterday was, even in good times, like when things are going well, the hardest thing to do in life is think. That's why many football fans don't think. When they lose, it's all the end of the world. Whether it is or not, when we win, things are great. And Arsenal fans are weird. Like, like when we won in the one against Monaco, some of you were in my chat saying like, "Oh, DG, why don't you think we can win the champs, man? Like, no, we're in here, we could do it." That's a bull fuck. No, it's not. We'll be a friend for United, and now throw everything away. Speaking for myself, it's the performance. 2, like, that performance doesn't shock me because we've been showing that this season, and we didn't do certain things in the market. It's not really the reaction against that we wanted after dropping points against Fulham. It's ultimately 4 points dropped on top of the points we've dropped already. At this moment in time, this season, and no 2 seasons are alike, but at this moment in time, we've got less points, I believe, than the last 2 seasons. So what we did. And I think, to be honest with you, whether we've won or drawn or whatever, I think there's very few times this season so far I'd say Arsenal have played well for 90 minutes. I genuinely think that. Football can be cruel, Phil, for him and Reece James. Hopefully Mount gets over it, man. But boy, it's peak. Bruno Fernandes, Lissandro Martinez, Agate. Away record beat the traditional Big Six teams. Man United since November 2021 have played 15 games, won none, drawn 4, and lost 11, and have a goal difference of -29. Yikes. Now that is scary. That is scary stuff, Man United. Ahmad is down this right-hand side. We haven't seen anything though, man. He's found Maino. Maino's touch was horrible. It's fallen to Ahmad. He's had a shot. It's blocked. A guy goes up. No clue what Gundogan was doing there. And now it's Maguire up against Haaland. Haaland doesn't even try contest it. Deluded. Was that switch of play needed, especially if it doesn't get there? No. It was silly. And Bernardo Silva's on the ball here. Oh, surely he was taken out there. That was silly from Bruno. Got nowhere near the ball. Fortunate not to get yellow there, really. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Arteta... I can't believe I'm saying this, but reality has it. Arteta is the cancer. He loves players with no personalities, yes, man. And because of that, gives us boring, non-creative football. Damn. I just think he's overcomplicating stuff, man. And to be fair, a lot of these problems shouldn't sound like a broken record, but we shouldn't be talking about them at this point in the tenure. We've played a naive game and we've been caught. Right, Maguire is absolutely pushing Haaland off the ball there. That would have been interesting had the ball been delivered for them to contest. 10 minutes to go of this first half, people. Manchester City have a corner. Not the most exciting games. Arteta is still learning on the job. He can be managed in the 90 minutes. I mean, you're always going to learn, even people with more significant experience. But like, you've been here 5-6 years now, and there's certain lessons you've seen happen. Like, you know about fine margins. We went into this season knowing about fine margins, and that's been there in these games. We look worse defensively. We're scoring less goals, and there's positive underlying metrics about our creativity, but we're underperforming by others. We've got less points. They're not coping with injuries. Ain't really got the depth. Still the same old issues on the left-hand side. Still haven't replaced Granit Xhaka, mind you. Oh, it's 1-0. Guardiola scored. Finally. City. Feel a bit sorry for Man United because they've done all right this half. But City have broken the deadlock. Boy, bragging rights in the City clearly with the boys in blue at this moment. Was that another dead ball? Another set piece? Man divided. It's crazy. You're going to show us the replay? It's a great corner routine. Great corner routine. It's taken it's a bit of fortune, really. Kevin De Bruyne's attempted crosses kind of hit a United player, and Guardiola's done the rest. Poor defending by Man United. Done by a set piece. Corner, boys. City only came to play for corners. Wait, has that come? That might have even come off their left back, the lot, you know. Nah, I tell a lie. The angle confirms Guardiola's powerful header puts them a goal in front. And I think going back to the Arsenal thing, we ain't got enough difference. Simply put, we ain't got enough difference makers. Purely when we're looking at winning a league title, like games that can turn, guys that can turn defeats into draws and draws into 3 points. We ain't got that. Like, obviously, you could say there's a couple more in the squad, but realistically, the only one's Saka. Oh, Argy Bargy going on between the City United players. Maguire getting chiefed up by Maguire getting chiefed up by Haaland. Kyle Walker just on the floor. Bang it. Punch him up. Someone throw something. Yes. This is what we want from a derby. Someone throw something. Ref, send off someone. That's why I've loved watching Wolves recently, if I'm honest with you. After every Wolves game, and, you know, thoughts with Gary O'Neill, he's lost his job. There was handbags. I'm on that. Someone needs to rattle Kyle Walker, man. Someone make a reference to the obvious. Walker, for what it's worth, Walker appears very reserved. Everyone wants to copy Arsenal now, aka Corner FC. We love a bit of handbags, man. To be fair, Walker's caused that. I didn't even clock that. Oh, God. Højlund's done a bit of nonsense with Kyle Walker. There's a bit of getting to each other's faces. Walker's giving as good as he's getting. He's taking a bit of a dive. Nah, you're not that kind of guy, Walker. To be fair, if he gets Højlund sent off, which the ref ain't going for, that would have been elite dark arts. Højlund got to keep his head. His team's losing. And whoever gets in the 50-50 with Carl Walker, it's one of them. Clamp. Oh, it looks like there's yellow card. I'd imagine a yellow card for both teams. Both team members, better yet. Which for Carl Walker, you got to be careful. And it's games like this. Obviously, I don't think Amorim will care because win, lose, or draw, he's sending a statement out to Garnacho and Rashford for why they're not in the squad if they're not injured. But I wonder if he reckons, you know what, Garnacho, Rashford on that left-hand side. I know Carl Walker's playing in the back three, but pardon me, as we know, you're going to have to defend those wide areas. But when the rest ready, we've got a free kick to deal with. You know what? If Bruno can just float that, you never know. Bruno Fernandes delivers. He attempts to float it. It's falling to Deluded. Oh! It almost sneaked in. Corner kick, Man United. Would have been one of the scrappiest equalizers ever. Not that anyone cares. That was a bit shaky defending from City, who are not in great defensive form themselves. Højlund, you're not hard power. You needed prescription cream a few months ago. That's harsh. To be fair, I think he's within his rights, though, man. You know, I want to see an equalizer, man. It livens the game. Oh, my days. Bruno Fernandes, man. Give your teammates a chance with a decent delivery. Ahmad. Ooh, sent Gundogan for a bagel. Found Deluded. Deluded is a centre-half in an attacking area, and that's exactly what happened. And United still have the ball, but City were given a chance to clear their lines. Mazouari. Ogate. Done well there, really. It's too slow for Man United. Look. Lisandro Martinez, he's got a goal, man. You're forcing it. That's decent, to be fair. If you're Højlund, you've got to make the run in the box, mate. Why are you running towards the ball? And to be fair, Carl Walker dealt with any of that very well. Núñez, Carl Walker. Play stopped. Whole killer. Arteta wants coachable players instead of quality individuals. I do think throughout his tenure, and I'm not against it necessarily, but I think naturally he's a young manager. He wants young, impressionable players, or if they're more experienced, they've got a reason to kind of be loyal to him, whether that's him giving them a home after they've, been forced out of a club. The better we get as a team, typically the players with the stardust, you have to be, more than anything, great man management. Have great man management. Because, again, I'm not saying he wasn't valid, but you look at Mesut Ozil, Aubameyang, them kind of players there you have it. Martinelli isn't coachable. I disagree, but in this current role, we need to use Martinelli how Brazil use him, man. You're just a squad player. You're just part of the squad. You're not necessarily, until you show something serious, you're not playing week in, week out. We love taking squad players and making them first team regulars, and we act surprised. I'm really surprised Kai Havertz saying but gonna bag 20 goals. Oh, no, I don't know what you're doing. Thank De Bruyne because he got his bearings wrong. I don't think Man United are out of it, but I'm not gonna lie. There's a serious. You can see what Amorim's trying to do, but the lack of quality is evident, man. It's evident. There's a couple of good players. Well, I don't think United have bad players out there, but there's only a couple of players that a year from now, in a game of this context, assuming if it was exactly the same, would be playing. And you don't get here overnight. Onana's moving a bit sus again recently. I'll never forgive Arsenal fans way before he played for United trying to gaslight me to rate this goalie, man. Oh, he's at Barcelona and Ajax. He's bookie, man, for obvious reasons. We know why you can't trust them kind of keepers. I'm allowed to say it, but you're not going to get out. You're not going to get where you need to get. The man is not playing them positions apart from Mike McGowan. It's not that thing. Rooting for him for that reason. But yeah. Lisandro Martinez. To be fair, he's done all right. Big up Rey Mysterio. Harry Maguire. Douglas Luiz is a party boy. Don't need him. You can go to parties as long as you do what's needed on the football pitch. Mazouari, Ogate, to Kobe Maynock. Ahmad, you're offside. You've got to hold your run. That's silliness. DG, to replace Party long term, if you could pick one of Wharton or Douglas Luiz, who are you choosing and why? You know what? Arteta did once upon a time want Douglas Luiz. We did bid for him, so there must be a method to that madness. And to be fair, I know he can play as a 6, but put Luiz in that Moreno role. Let Declan Rice play as a 6. But I do like Wharton, man. Obviously, he's English. He's homegrown. Slightly younger than Luiz. If we're talking, but Wharton's cold as well. Hmm. If we're trying to win a league like right now, like if I could get it done tomorrow, and we're not thinking about long term, Louise, but I'd probably rather Wharton. Haaland's gone over to this left hand side, not got too much change. Oh my ref, that's not a free kick. I don't like Haaland as a person, but what do you want him to do? I think Ogata is very fortunate. He's completely powered him. He just sent him to the gym. Like, what's wrong with that? They call my man the Tiger or something at Sporting. It's more like a pussycat. I'm not sure what Onana's signaling to his teammates, but it looks like he's going long. Yeah, but this is the thing, United going long. No one's really winning the first or anticipating the second. So what are you lot doing? Onana's gone long. To be fair, Bruno's won the first. Let's hear with the lot. Lissandro Martinez. Oh, if he had a bit. Oh, Bruno Fernandes. Better fake your fullback teammate for keeping the ball, and Mayno's done well. But this is the thing, United is too slow. And players look scared. Mudryk would be a different player at Arsenal. He might be. Fernandes. Walker's hooked it. There's 4 minutes of added on time in his first half. Thought Kevin De Bruyne was fouled there. Ref doesn't quite agree with me. Not quite sure who's throwing that is. Yeah, he wanted Mudryk. And to be fair with you, Mudryk, as someone said, could have been littier for us, but it does make you wonder, like, what did you not see in him to be spending 70 million? I'm not buying these clubs, but when you look at Mudryk, he was into Brentford, Nice, Lyon, these kind of clubs before Arsenal and Chelsea. So did he need to make that intermediate step? And surely I don't, in fact, for this season, they might keep him as a body, but surely he needs to go alone, especially with them two South American youths eventually play for Chelsea and Estavio and what's the other one? Kenny Perez, who are wide players. Palmer can play out wide. Madueke might even have to go, but he's still about. Sancho's obviously been bought and potentially going to be made permanent. Neto's there. Just beat for Mudryk. They might as well loan him out, man. But then again, they use him for the Conference League, innit? They speak for them, man. Free kick to City. What they decide to do with this, I don't know. We've been waiting forever to see this, folks. Kevin De Bruyne. I think Kevin De Bruyne is a wonderful player. Wonderful player. But do you really call this creativity? Really, like, is this Iniesta, Messi, Ozil, Di Maria in his prime? Or is this just spam creativity, new age stuff? It's like NFL. I've practiced the same thing a million times. Oh, no. Oh, nah. Found Lissandro Martinez. I'm not sure. Like, I don't even support Man United, but I'm nervous when Onana's got the ball. Garte, Deluded. But this is what Amarin's going to have to cut. What did Deluded see? He's lucky Phil Foden's touch was poor. The midfield of Man United, they need a couple of midfielders. You need a midfielder who's going to show for it, man. Like, Kobe Maino's the only one, but he could only do it so many times. I can't lie, Mudryk would have been better than Martinelli, but not by much, just for the price tag. Mudryk has a much better body language than Pepe. Pepe was sulking on the pitch. I hear that, but how far does the body language thing go? Because Pepe showed a lot more than Mudryk ever has at this moment. Núñez of City, can they get a second? Foden. Hey, mate. Mudryk needs to go not up to the level. And there's nothing wrong with that. He just needs to go to and play under a manager at this moment in time that's going to have confidence in him, which Maresca's in his right. Why would you have confidence in him when Neto's doing better, Sancho's doing better? I want to qualify for the Champions League and get Chelsea back on track. Whether Chelsea like it or Phil Foden, that's a lovely play, you know, and that should have went in. Whether Chelsea like it or not, their wins dictate, and they're playing later today, their wins dictate where they are in the table. They're in a title challenge. You haven't got time to necessarily care about Mudryk. I'm sure he likes him. He wants it to work. If he could, he would have maybe played him. But at the end of the day, what Chelsea need to do is get 3 points week in, week out. And I'm not saying Mudryk can't be on the bench, but does he aid them in that? Probably not. It'd be interesting. It'll be an interesting one to watch come January. If Chelsea sign a striker between January and the summer, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Nkunku. Because you're not going to play in the 10 because they got Palmer and them guys. Not really going to play out wide. The false nine thing ain't happening. Jackson's doing his thing as well. Oh, no. Kevin De Bruyne is looking for that. Surely that's a goal kick, or is it a free kick in the dangerous area for City? Kevin De Bruyne has realised he can't go anywhere and taking the tumble. I don't think that's a foul from Lisandro. Come on. Kevin De Bruyne is looking for that. Either way, it doesn't matter what I think. Mudrik's problem is he hasn't developed enough to be at a top club. He wouldn't get there. Disappointing, was hoping United would shut me up about their team being ish. Chelsea is a conveyor belt when it comes to players. If you don't perform, they're on to the next man. I think Maresca wants to sort out the balance before adding in Conku and Felix. And he's within his rights to do that. It's not even João Felix is about as well, which is even peak for Mudryk. At the end of the day, I don't know what Kevin De Bruyne was doing there. It's a harsh reality of football. Like, I'm sure in the ideal world, every manager wants to give every player the ideal amount of game time. But whatever Chelsea are doing at this moment in time, for whatever Chelsea fans say is good for them or bad for them, whatever Maresca doing is working. They're second in the table. You ain't got time to care about these guys. Now, obviously, football is, football changes. There's injuries. There's all these things. Bernardo Silva and Kyle Walker in a bit of handbags. It's 1-0 to City at this point. Mudryk turns 24 in a month. Chelsea ruined his development. He ruined himself. Why did you go there? Why you go Benfica in with them? I can't pinpoint Arteta as the problem at Arsenal. His input in recruitment is a problem for sure, but everything else is possible. Maybe I'd want him to play more young players he's starting. I'll just say for Arteta, for me, on occasion, I love the fact that you overcomplicate things, but like, sometimes just let the man play football, man. Like, and I don't know if it's just Arteta or the recruitment staff, but we love to do the Disneyland channel thing and like, oh, we don't need a striker. We got Kai Havertz. We don't need to force it. Go and get the forward. Trossard was the better buy just off the price, so we did fine. We just need senior players in the squad, especially in attack. Some of these players are too emotional. They listen to outside noises. I mean, as you said there, Trossard's been a better signing for us. Trossard's done his thing. Obviously, Trossard's turned 30. Mudryk is turning 24, so there would have been age there. And one has to wonder how Mudryk would have looked at Arsenal. He might have looked worse than what he looks at Chelsea. He might have looked twice, 3 times the player even. We don't know. I think for what it's worth, he would have. That would have been a player that could play on the left and the right, but it weren't to be. Or, I'm not going to lie, based on what I've seen of Mudryk, he might be another soft one as well for Arsenal. So, God knows in that regards, man. God knows, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, Trossard worked out. I really dislike how City get away with the divey stuff so often. So do I, man. They're looking for it. But even that, like, Mudryk, we know people. Mudryk is going to get linked with Arsenal Football Club in the summer. I mean, in January. It's written in the stars. Like Mudryk. Someone said Douglas Luiz. He's not really playing at Juventus. Kudus links are not going away. Arda Güler is starting to play for Real Madrid, but he's going to start getting linked with ours. It's written in the stars, man. If I had one wish for Arsenal in January, I know all the talks about a striker and a left winger, and I think they're of equal importance. But I love an 8, I think an 8 changes our fortunes. Forget Martinelli and all of that crap. I just think if you get a decent 8, Martin Odegaard does a lot better. Declan Rice is going to play in the 6. Trossard has been good, but we needed a longevity signing. Still wish we got Mitoma. He wouldn't have scored as many, but some of our players would be better dribblers with his input in training. Douglas Luiz can't beat out Weston McKennie at Juventus. No new manager. Pardon? Kudus, I do think would be worth a shot if we could get him for a reasonable fee. Yeah, but you're one of West Ham's best players. West Ham are having a terrible season. We need to be able to put down the money for starters. And Kudus is going to have to kick up a fuss. Unless you want to activate this alleged release clause that he has in his contract, which for obvious reasons, I'm just a fan like you lot. I can't verify any of that. Declan sideways and Havertz signing ruined the project. Then if that is the thing, Mikel Arteta, you spent, what's that, 165 million on them. I slightly disagree with Declan Rice. I think Kai Havertz is an issue, not for his own fault, but you're just doing madness. Like, it was never going to work, him being a 20-goal striker, despite what he said in his form. You haven't got a consistent partner for Declan Rice. As much as I think people should learn new stuff, Declan Rice is a 6. Just play the man in a 6. Don't try and make guys these crazy 8s and all this sort of stuff. But we'll have to see, man. How many shots have there been on target in this first half? I'm going for 3. I am bang on the money. All 3 are in City's favour, though. Manchester United have had 4 shots, none on target. City have had 7 shots, 3 on target. It's 53% to City to 47 where possession is concerned. How many corners? 5 corners in the game. United have had 1. City have had 4. So on the balance of things, they deserve their lead, which was scored by Guardiola in the 36th minute. Yeah, this is why the if and that would be summer for sure. Exactly. And the season's whatever happens by the summer market, the season's like won or lost essentially. Odegaard does too much and should attempt to play in the 8 more. West Ham aren't selling their best players for a reasonable fee. We know better than anyone. Exactly. And as they shouldn't, to be fair. Arteta doesn't know how to get results against awful teams that offer nothing. That's his problem. He can't adjust against those teams. It's been one of the only constants from 8th to now. So again, based on what you're saying there, these are not new issues. I think Maresca found the balance in their midfield, which I thought was lacking before. Lavia and Caicedo are doing their thing this game. Even that, and at the moment, they've done well, and they've slowly but surely started to integrate Enzo Fernandez back into the starting 11. So Maresca is clearly good at riding the tides of certain players in their form and when to bring them in and when not to, which is something we're not really seeing from the gaffer. I don't know about that. But yeah, man, like it can't be all doom and gloom or Arsenal concerned, but it's a madness, really and truly. It's an absolute madness. With that being said, people, let me grab a soft drink before the second half. Might as well spin my track. I'll be back in 2 seconds. What a goal!
Then against this right back, Charlie's definitely.
I'm back. Oh, I thought I was late. Either way, we're back, folks. My coffee, soft drink, water. We're back now. Everything is sweet. Kudus is at Williams, Xavi Simmons, Hato. Xavi Simmons could be dropped from the shortlist if the plan is to play MLS in midfield long term. I'm not going to lie. Regardless, Xavi Simmons would cook for us. I reckon he'd cook in that 8, cook off that left. Saka's not there, you play off the right. Pardon me, Isaac. I mean, boy, you're here all the time. You know my thoughts on Isaac. We both know big money required. Williams, I think he's a bit overrated, but we could do a lot worse, and we could do with that. Hato, me and you are in agreement, but it's big money. What Kudus is, you're talking like 85 million as a minimum if the release clause is real. Williams 58 million. Xavi Simons you're seeing as high as 70. Hato's going to require an important fee. But that's kind of where we're at. Unless we're going to do the Brighton scouting some unknown guys. Madness. When you look at Paul and City and now Chelsea's attack come from everywhere. Exactly. We haven't, I mean, I know they're not performing, but we'll be here all day talking about the quality of City's players. Yeah, the players they brought in haven't really been good. Obviously, you know, Liverpool are a long way away from when they had Mane and Firmino in addition to Salah, but Salah, Nunez, Jota, Gakpo, you know, some missing someone else out. Good options. Chelsea, you got Cole Palmer in great form. You've got Estalvio to be signed as well, who for me is going to light it up. They've obviously got Nicholas Jackson putting in a fair share of goals, and there's probably some other guys there for us. Yeah, when we get to May, I'd expect Trossard to have double figures. I would expect Saka, obviously, to be doing his thing. Kai, I mean, if you could get what you got last season, fair play, but it's something missing, man. I love Xavi, but would he be another Vieira and too lightweight? That's the only worry for me. I hear you, but I think he's with it, man. I think Fabio Vieira is not with it. You know, again, be away from quality. Like, forget quality for a second. Where you look at Bernardo Silva and Fabio Vieira, man, they are probably same weight and height and all of that, but one's with it and one's not. Santi Cazorla weren't the biggest. Wilshere weren't the biggest of players. Beyond the obvious, it's about what you're on in here. I don't think Fabio we'll be here all day talking about Fabio Vieira. I've done videos with him, but I just think he weren't with it. You weren't down for the defending. You weren't down for, you know, this Premier League thing is serious for minute 90. And less so much Kivior, but I think with Kivior and Fabio Vieira, in hindsight, I don't think they're bad players. I just don't think they're difference makers. I'm still here, folks. I think what Arsenal, I think in hindsight, especially Fabio Vieira, probably signed him 1 or 2 seasons too soon, if I'm honest. Like, it's not worked out, but I think they looked at Fabio Vieira like, yeah, you're going to be one of the next ones through Portugal. If we grab you now, we've outsmarted the market. Rather than in hindsight, probably best. I don't know, when did we sign Fabio Vieira? Like 2022, 23, innit? He was. I swear Fabio Vieira was here the first year we had that little title fight. He was. Probably should have left it. Probably should be buying Fabio Vieira in the summer that's just gone, in hindsight. Not like on paper, Fabio Vieira is the perfect player for an Arsenal squad. In reality, a myth. And you do wonder, yeah, even Lokonga, which obviously Lokonga didn't bang, you do wonder if Lokonga really did look anything close to that Yaya Toure that company said. I don't know how company should not be a Bayern Munich manager for that lie. If Fabio Vieira was what it was going to be on paper, how our squad would look. But unfortunately, this is all ifs and buts. Like, reality is, it's meaty. I'm sure Lokonga was here when we was in Europa League. I might be capping about that, but I'm sure he would. Yeah, you must have. Yeah, the first year we challenged for for the league, when, you know, Rob Holding was here, we had to have still been in the Europa League, or we might not. I don't know, man. So much happens for Arsenal so quickly. Can't remember bare things. We've been on a massive journey, us Arsenal fans, man. Big up you lot. Somehow this live stream has been dominated by Arsenal. Bring back Nuno Tavares. Allow me. My heart can't take it. Even now, like, Nuno Tavares is doing his thing, but anyone seen any good defending from Nuno Tavares? Big you up for the assists and being threatening in the final third. At this point, I can't lie, boy. I think you're Jonathan David's agent. You must be getting some money. How peas, Cuba wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't mind the cheeky little inquiry about Jonathan David on a free, but I'd try and exhaust several other options. That left English winger from Dortmund, Gittins, is doing quite well. People forget we went straight from missing top 4 to title challenges, which is, in my opinion, I think, truly internally at Arsenal, maybe in Mikel Arteta's heart, the players that were there, and I would say the people above Arteta, I think we are probably a year or two ahead of their. This ain't no cop out, because it is what it is, people. Liverpool fans probably were sitting there and hoping they get top 4 with Arne Slot. At the end of the day, you got opportunity to win something, not even just in the Prem on paper and what we've seen in the champs. You're at where you're at. But I think in their heart, they didn't expect us to be where we're at. Man, I managed to forget about Lokonga too. New Yaya Toure, my back said, bro. And for me, where I look at Nuno Tavares and Fabio Vieira, yeah, and I know you can get it wrong, but, you know, Arsenal make a big song and dance about as much as it's about the players' ability, like we look for their character, and we know about Mikel Arteta's mind games, the pickpockets, and all of this. Even when Saliba came, the first year Saliba came back, he was saying for the first few weeks, Arteta was doing the crazy thing. He's not saying hello to him. He's not fingering them to him. So we love to see those mind games. So how did we, beyond anything, and I want to pick my words wisely, these are professional footballers, so they clearly can be mentally tough, but I don't think Lokonga and Fabio Vieira are mentally tough enough. More so Lokonga. We've all watched the All or Nothing, and Lokonga did a lot of chatting. Like, L's, man. Of course, not every signing can work for a football team and all of that stuff, but if Lokonga looked competent either as an 8 or a 6, we're having different conversations. If Fabio Vieira could contribute as a wide kind of playmaker or as a winger, as a probably more at home as the 10 or 8, we're having different conversations about the squad in our 11, man. Nuno Tavares just can't defend. Like, you're the classic case of come on, man. With Nuno Tavares, I don't know his life, but you can tell. Bearing in mind when he signed for Arsenal, a defender is saying I like to shoot with my right foot. You can tell with Fabio Vieira, you was probably at, I don't know, Sporting Lisbon or Benfica's academy from a young age. You probably got to about 16 and they thought, you know what, you're not this is boy. Nobody, maybe in today's day and age, well, to be fair, there was Ashley Cole, there was Roberto Carlos and that, but in my 29 years, no one was growing up wanting to be a left back. No one wanted to be Gary Neville and that. Everyone wanted to be Henry and that. Like, I wanted to be a striker, and I've still got my golden boot records from Sunday League to back it up. But if I went from playing up front to left back, what's happening there? Like, clearly he wasn't cutting the mustard, was you? And it's because of that. I can tell with Nuno Tavares, you probably got to 16 and they're giving out scholars and whatever, and they said, listen, you're not quite going to make the grade as a left winger. You could be a decent left back. He took it and he flew. And Lazio are probably going to get money. Listen, I love the Italian league, yeah, but come on, man. Half of these some defenders that leave end up good, but half of these defenders look booky. That look booky for other teams go there, look all right. Shaky strikers, whether they're strikers at the end of their careers or strikers that haven't really done much at other clubs, they go to the Italian division, they look wavy, or even wingers. I think the Italian league is not really what it used to be, mate. KT has the mentality, but his body betrayed him. Tini's got the mentality, but that's not even Arteta signing. Plus, with Tini, it don't matter really because you can't do the inverted thing. Nunes is listening in. Diaz and Guardiola seem deep in conversation. Nuno suits the system that he's playing in now far more than he ever did for us. Bro, like, we can't forget the stuff Nuno Tavares was doing, you know. Out of all the mistakes, shout out to him for scoring against Man United, yeah. And I'm sure against Chelsea. Out of all the mistakes, the one I won't forgive him for is Anfield. I can't remember if it was in the Cup or the Prem. He was wearing a yellow kit. I think he handed it to Firmino. Anytime you get footballers that are defenders that defend on instinct and do things on instinct, it's scary. Attackers, I don't mind that. Defenders, you need to be cool, calm, collected, and calculated. And Nuno Tavares didn't have any of that. Anyways, people, the second half has kicked off, people. Again, appreciative to you lot tuned in. If you haven't smashed the like button, all that good stuff, what you're doing, it's 1-0 to Manchester City. Guardiola with a headed effort. All right, the Forest kit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You see? Why are we triggering PTSD, people? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Not quite sure, but fair play, man. These were crap guys. But even with Nuno Tavares, like, it's a bit like with Kai Havertz up front. For me, you're not good enough in the role that you play. So it's like, how much can I get angry? Like, you could just look at a player and just not get vexed. Because I just don't rate it. Like, well, for Havertz, you're doing all you can. You just shouldn't be in this situation. For Nuno, dead. Could have done without the flashbacks, but here we are, man. And Nketiah had the exact mentality Arteta wanted, just not the talent. If Fabio and Lokonga had his mentality, they'd be playing for us right now. It's true, and I don't think Eddie was anything to write home about, yeah. But for Eddie and Nketiah, maybe in hindsight, Smith Rowe, definitely Reece Nelson. You probably, for you lot's career, probably should have bounced 2, maybe even 3 years prior. Like, Eddie's still stinking up the joint for Crystal Palace, but you know, Nelson, you're playing fairly week in, week out for Fulham beyond your injury. Kobe Mainoo should have taken a tumble and he's still got the ball. Right, that is elite close control from Mainoo. Offside flags come up anyways. Smith Rowe, obviously, what would you be doing? Had a great start to life at Fulham. That's the thing. Mistakes are part and parcel. You can't have it both ways. Snooze fest football without safe passes or winning. And you're right. It's a trade-off. And in general, mistakes happen in football, which is jarring. That people just, it's going to happen. Eddie got an assist today, to be fair, but of course, Mr. Sitter, bless him. Shout out Eddie, because I don't think he was as rubbish as people, as fans. I'm speaking purely with Arsenal fans. As much as Arsenal fans made out, like he weren't dead, but he's just not good enough. And I think he got scapegoated a bit. He just not levels, man. Elated for Smith for hitting the ground running at Fulham. Always had the talent. Noise got to Lokonga's head. Do we think he didn't hear Omri's praise? Of course he did. Well, in Jan, money talks and all other BS walks. So let's see if the Cronkies and Arteta and Cole can bring the peas and get the players Arsenal need. Bars. Easier said than done, though, man. Much easier said than done. Oh, you're moving mad. What have you made of the whole crep video discourse? I think it's outrageous. Some fellow IC3s are scarred. Why does it matter? Hey, man. Everyone day who they lie for me. It's the Brownings and so on and so forth. I'm not involved. I do think there's a discussion with probably them celebs and the sort of girl that they're with, but yeah, allow me, man. Look, Boca, De Jong, Zubamendi, Ruiz. We need a midfielder too. Party will be gone next season. Boy, DG, your boy Martinelli will never evolve more. He's reached his peak 100. Absolute garbage. I hope he can prove you wrong, but for now, boy, you got a whole bench. You're not bringing nothing to the table. The better we get, and as much as we want to be in these Premier League title conversations, we need more questions. We need more answers than questions. There's too many questions currently at this football club than there are answers, purely under the guise of needing to win a Premier League title. Don't know who's going to score the goals. Don't know who's going to turn it on for other players. Don't know if the gaffer can change things when required. Don't know for the strength of our squad. Players have been every week someone's been missing. Don't know what you're going to get on the left-hand side. Oh, Mazawari, that is a dirty bit of skill there. And is that a decent pass to Højlund? It would have been. It's good defending from Guardiola. Been effective at both ends. Gundogan plays it to the man I just said, Guardiola, who scored the goal, which has broken the deadlock here. Núñez galloping forward. Good bit of skill from Mazawari there, man. And Konku/Simmons, we need these kind of players in the team, but I understand people have sour taste in Chelsea players by now. Carl Walker, 79 pass accuracy at centre-back. Horrible player. That's harsh. Yeah, thing is, Vieira's looking like he's cooking again back in Portugal. Never really know until they play in the Prem. And again, for Fabio, do you want to stay at Arsenal? Whether I want to see the back of you or not, would you want to stay? Because you've been exposed. Jeremy Doku somehow still got the ball, man. Bandulu skills from him, but it's worked. Kevin De Bruyne has missed the ball here. Lissandro Martinez, Haaland's got in. Ref, play on, man. There's no foul there. Play on, man. Not every bit of contact's a foul. Bernardo Silva does win a foul, though. He's acting. So teams already know how to constrict Odegaard and double team Saka, and we're watching a draw all over again. Our tempo and build up, same as England at the Euros. Damn. We could swap Williams for Kirchka, but the Skriller's got to come from somewhere. Depends how much these lot want to win stuff. Jason Wilcox and Sir Jim Radcliffe are at the game, people. Which man divided are losing? I think at this point, Arteta needs to win a domestic cup for himself. Needs to show himself that he can win, and the FA Cup wasn't a fluke. Boy, hey man, you just need to win some trophies, because obviously, I'm not saying I'm not happy with a League Cup, but at this moment in time, Arteta needs to win silverware, man. I don't think you can have it both ways. For the club, Arteta, the manager, the captain, Martin Odegaard, etc. You can't talk about wanting to win silverware and not do it. All right. The Prem, don't forget it, but it's looking seriously improbable. I believe the Champs is impossible, but if I had to be wrong about where I feel we are in the Prem or the Champs, it's 100% the Champs. You think anybody could talk to me if Arsenal win the Champions League? Elite time wasting by City here. I won't lie, you don't know me. I'm the first to run an agenda against Phil Foden. I wouldn't say he's been phenomenal, but he's been good. Kevin De Bruyne. I think Lissandro Martinez has had a better game. I know Man United fans have been on him. You don't try to say he's better than Gabriel. You don't try to say he's one of the best in the league. Fuck off. Man said Lissandro Martinez. I like him though. He's up there, but maybe not on current form. 100% Saliba and Gabriel are up there. Konate's there. In no order. Konate's there. Van Dijk's there. Beyond that, I don't know. The Diaz of old. You know what? Guardiola's up there for me. Because you've probably been one of the only consistent performers, give or take, in the City team. Did you hear about Gary O'Neill? Yeah, he's been cut, man. We need a trophy as a fan base. I don't care what it is anymore. I hear it. You know, I'd love an FA Cup because United are closing in on our record. Oi, Deluded. Bernardo Silva didn't pay off, but he's not made them. There's been some rude bits of skills today. Big up yourself, Shay. Are you still on bringing Asprilla to the carpet? He's had a slow start this season. Probably. Like, look at us, bro. We're looking rubbish. Jeremy Doku. Oh, he's done the lit there. He's won a corner. Cola. Coffee. If you're new here, smash the like button and subscribe. Road to 70k subs. Nathan, appreciate you for that agenda. Keep banging it. Man, this is the PL though. Palace beating Brighton. You can't throw any team away. Seriously, you can't. And great stuff. You know, Crystal Palace beat Brighton before we played them in a double header, and that's going to give them a lot of confidence. Kevin De Bruyne. And now, in the day and age of fine margins, it means nothing really if Palace go and be better than us. But we've had a day's more rest on them, in theory. Again, I might look like an idiot, and it's a quarterfinal, so anything can happen. But I'm relatively relaxed about the quarterfinal game midweek against Crystal Palace. It's that game at Selhurst Park, man. It's that game at as we said earlier, you know, you look at the Anfield, St. James's, I'd say Brentford now, Brighton, like Selhurst Park's one of them grounds you don't want to go to, really, regardless of where their team is. Under Arteta, I'd say Everton as well, home and away, really. So it's a mixed bag. But you look at the away games or just games in general, we've got to come from now in the best part of January. What, you got 2 games against Palace, couple in the champs, elite time wasting by Walker, who's on the yellow, by the way. But what, you've got Crystal Palace away, you got to go Brentford away soon, you got FA Cup against Man United, you got the North London derby, you got Brighton away, you got to play Villa soon as well. There's no easy games in the Prem, as we say. Diallo for Man United on this right-hand side. Bruno Fernandes sold me with that. I thought he was going to deliver. Mazawari just about gets it to Diallo. But that's the thing, man. Diallo, come on, quicker, mate. The whole of the United team quicker. Like, there's a sea of blue shirts. There's only one man in the box for Man United, and it doesn't matter because if someone like Bruno Fernandes is going to cross the ball like that, you haven't got issues. I think I'm going to get an Irish coffee, actually, early Christmas present. What's that? That a code name for Guinness or something? Is this something I should be typing on my... Okay, cool, because sometimes you lot are mad. What's this? Irish coffee is a caffeinated alcoholic drink consisting of Irish whiskey, hot chocolate, and sugar, which has been stirred and topped with cream. Whiskey, though, oh gosh, whiskey's not for me, man. Hey, big up you, though. But whiskey's not me, man. Lissandro kind of messy defender to me. Diamande would look like him in the league, too. I like Diamande, man. You'd play fullback for me. Yeah, I know what you mean. Lissandro Martinez is just scatty, man. Reminds me of Otamendi in many ways. How bad are United actually? Is Amarim regretting taking the job? I mean, you can't regret taking the United job for better or worse, innit? It's a massive club, all of that kind of stuff. Obviously going to earn money, the law of managing in the Premier League. You know, you're going to probably get the Maresca treatment, the Arteta treatment, like at United. And what I mean by that is you're going to get to rub players out that you want to rub out. You don't have to really play that game. But naturally, and as I said, I think there's a lot of indirect parallels between at the time of Arteta, I'm not comparing the managers, but at the time of Arteta walking into Arsenal and what you've seen with Amarim, even their comments were similar. Like Amarim basically said something along the lines of, obviously, I knew the job was difficult, but being here, like, it's a bit more peak than I thought. And again, like something Arteta had to do, and again, I'm not praising Arteta, but it's one thing coaching bad habits out of the game, which takes time. It's another thing coaching good habits. You can see even in a game like this, you can even against Arsenal in the first half, you can see what Amarim's trying to do, but whether he works or not. But some of the players are just meaty. Like some players ain't got the ability. Some players are badly coached, and it's too far to turn back now. His job this season is, you know, if you can get in the Champions League conversation, but really just put a DNA in an imprint, pick up results, try and finish as high as you can and salvage some part of the season. If you can win a cup, surely that's a bonus. And they're not out of it. It's still only 1-0. City have the capacity to F it up. Phil Foden's done well to find Doku. When we taking off Doku, man, I want to see something else. Amarin in a win-win, in my opinion. If he succeeds, he's the messiah. If he fails, it's just a Glazer/players and he gets the bag. He just has to control the variables he can control. Like, obviously, at Man United, there's deeper issues than just Ten Hag or whatever. But to the variables you can control, a DNA, a way of playing, these kind of results, you just got to show positive signs. And what game happened recently? There was some game where Man United fans were critical of his tactics. Haaland could have been in there, Foden appealing for a free kick. Ref not hearing anything. I think Arteta will go for Sesko this Jan or a loan for Colomani. I must admit, I saw the Colomani links that he's just allowed to leave PSG. And I immediately started thinking, I wonder if we do that. But I'm not with that. Would you rather Martinelli or Doku? I'm going to stay with my boy Martinelli, but Doku they're equally frustrated, but Doku looks a lot better being frustrated, if that makes sense. And I've seen Doku consistently take on his man today. That Martinelli, I couldn't tell you the last time he did that. Gundogan, when are we going to have conversations about him? He's playing in a deeper role today. He's done well not to lose the ball. Nunes. Mazraoui on him like a rash. I'm surprised he ain't fouled him. Yes, he has. He's taken the bait, fouled him. Don't think there was a need for that. Big up Shay, as they've said here. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. We can't do a loan unless we send Sterling back, I think. Yeah, we've got a lot of players. As I said, Cola, coffee. Phil Foden bundled off the ball, but he's still got it. That's good strength from Foden to hold off the lit. Good play from Foden. I know I'm a hater, but I can't hate too much. Gundogan. Nunes. Oh, Bernardo Silva and Foden, you got to stay on side. Agate, to be fair, has done well to read that. Deluded. Tired. It's poor for Man United there. Guardiola. Doing too much. Why don't you just pass the ball, keep it moving? Kobe Mainoo holds off Foden. Both these being poor. Got 2 loans already, ain't we? And a backup goalie isn't going anywhere. Yeah, so yeah, the loan thing, forget it. Haaland, can he pluck that down? No, he can't, fortunately, for Man United and their fans. Stop smiling, Haaland. There's FPL points on the line, man. Agate. We've got half an hour left, people. Højlund's got something to chase. Does give chase. Holds on to it rather well here. The lot. Go have beverages, man. Where's the Arsenal mug? To be fair, it's in the wash, man. I'm representing. Oh, Diallo, this is a good run. No, it's not. Guardiola squared it. This game won't be the most exciting game we've seen this year. We should be able to complete the loan. Think it's multiple loans from the same club, not allowed unless we're out of registration. Let's just hope we have a surprise, man. Just sign the unknown, done, man. Like, for all the coolest links and all this links and that links, come, man. There must be someone. At the end of the day, if you can play football, play football. Yes, I want these known entities, but there must be an 8 out there, a winger out there that's playing for a team that's not really known, that isn't the most expensive. Everyone's got to start somewhere, man. Half these players we waffle about, they had to start somewhere. Deluded, Mazraoui. We're going to get linked with Gnabry and Sane again as well as their contracts wind down at Bayern. They're the links you're going to see in January. Dr. Pepper's all right. Chilwell for free. Come on, man. Another one that can't stay fit. Nah. This is why I rate Fergie so highly, DG, due to how he was able to reinvent United many times and win many titles and keep players hungry. Not easy. It isn't. And Pep's kind of done that, but right now, it just looks like you haven't replenished the side. You've got inexperienced players and players that are probably, as I said, when you're so used to eating, do you remember what it feels when you're hungry? Like, a lot of these players have won champs, multiple prems, all the other trophies. Man United have had 59% of the ball in the second half to City's 41. They've only had 17 passes in the final third. Yet City have had 20. Lisandro Martinez, the lot, does well there. Agate, don't lose it. Goes back to Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez, not told not to play across your goal line, but it's worked out and he's found Deluded. They're still not out of their own half, though, Man United. It's a good passage of play here, though. Kobe Mainoo. Good touch from Diallo to take him inside, and he'll look to switch play. Very good bit of play here. Lisandro Martinez, Deluded, you have to stay on side. Bruno Fernandes, come on, move. Because this is where the move dies. There's no options. Deluded on this left-hand side. He's gone back to Bruno. Bruno, is it spam cross the clock yet? Bruno Fernandes has attempted to deliver. Diallo, saved by Edison. Appenders, welcome. But I think the best we can do is a cup and second at this point. Just have to hope for that. Emphasis on heavy on the cup. And I want to finish as high as we possibly can. But once you get to second and third, for me, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care too much. Like, it's so close but far from number one. Ogate taking on Bernardo Silva. Still ain't put the ball in the box though. That's not the worst of ideas by Lisandro Martinez. Højlund couldn't quite get to it. Kevin De Bruyne chasing his first touch, which is unheard of. Ogate, Lisandro Martinez. Good composure from the centre half. Ogate. Maino. Back to Ogate. Giving it to Lisandro Martinez. Harry Maguire stayed up there. He's almost begging for the cross to be delivered as he's hanging at the back post. Kobe Maino. And that's that for Man United. Haaland, of all people, pardon me, clearing his lines. Who would you love getting in, Jan? Could oh, Højlund could be in here. Oh, Man United appealing for a pen. It's been given as a goal kick. Højlund's rolling around on the floor. Diaz trying to help him up. Harry Maguire, that's shameless. I don't blame him. He's trying to appeal for a pen. Come on, man. If Højlund isn't seriously injured, then there's issues there. Let's see that again. Oh, you know what? You know what? I don't know if Diaz gets the ball there, you know. I thought it was a goal kick. I still think it is. But I think VARs are mind games. The more replays they show, they're converting me. It's a mind games. I don't think Diaz gets the ball there, you know. I think Højlund is doing too much. I don't think it's a pen, but the more you see it, you've seen them given. Anyways, plays continued. I don't know if VAR's had a look or will have a look, but anyways, the show must go on. Carl Walker. DG, this game is almost as dead as yesterday's game. Nah, it's fully dead, bro. It's fully dead. Let's not beat around the bush. It's dead. Gundogan. Foden. Gundogan. He's dead, man. This game's tired. It's always a pleasure to be watching the games, win, lose, or draw with you lot, but this is tired. It's reflective of where both teams' form is, man. This ain't the Manchester derbies of seeing Rooney do madness and City do madness. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne almost chased down a lost cause. Kevin De Bruyne, right? Throwing back the years, though. Oh, no. Please give it away. Not on this occasion. You know, you shouldn't wish bad on people, but it's quite fun as a Man United hater to watch Onana on the ball. You just always feel like, although he's incredibly composed, you just always feel he could have a lapse in concentration. I think a draw, both these teams would have been happy. Obviously, both these teams will be ecstatic with temporary bragging rights over Manny. And clearly, it's nothing to do with tactical reasons, but Garnacho is a goal threat, or for what I see with Man United, he typically gets goals. Marcus Rashford, like Martinelli, their decision-making is their own worst enemy. But based on this game, and United have had a lot more of the ball in the second half. Against tired legs, surely Marcus Rashford down the left-hand side. But he's not a thing because he's not on the bench. You can see what Amarin wants to do. He just needs a specialist 8, bro. You're not going to be able to do this thing with Ogate and them, man, there. And they've given the ball back again. Bernardo Silva. Oh, ref. Everything's a flipping foul, man. Football's finished. Everything's a foul. It's smart play by Bernardo Silva. Don't get twisted. But come on, man. This game is ridiculous. Like, the game's gone. Soon football will be no contact. I promise you like this. Football will be no contact. Kovacic coming on this long for United. I can't lie. This guy will just happy to ping those passes. Unpopular opinion. I still maintain he was the one that Arsenal should have got from Chelsea out of the cast-offs. Who's the ref? I forget my man's name. You know what? Baldy. Whatever Moreno is, he's not a 6. So box to box thing. Raz, Partey, Jorginho are somewhat already replaced with Rice and Moreno. Can add MLS there. We still need that 8 and some attackers at the end of all, and a left back probably. It all depends what we do with Kivior, Jorginho. No, ref said Gooner and get out. It all depends what we do, in my opinion, with Tomiyasu at left back. With Tomiyasu, Kivior, as I meant to say, Zinchenko. I think it all depends there, because then obviously MLS has announced himself as a option. You know, that's it's not even a silver lining because Arsenal have been rubbish. But you know, if there was a positive this week, it would be, for me anyways, Lewis Skelly's got to start in the champs and start in the Prem. Like, you're doing what you need to do. Kevin De Bruyne's race is spent. I detest Silva. He's one of the worst of the lot for that horrible little gnome. We've kept plenty of players far too long. They have to work now, like Martinelli. Harry Maguire, low-key, would be a serviceman player for a top club. Harry Maguire is not all of Man United's problems. If he's a squad done, League Cup and whatnot, and in the back three, you can, like Maguire, you can get away with it. Obviously, you have to accept him for what he is. He's not good going forward. He's never going to be that, but I do think he's got character. I don't think he's as bad as people like to make out around him. Like, if I'm completely honest with you. Oh, my comments are going off, bro. They're chatting absolute shit, Deluded. Damn. Fair play. The internet will be the internet. Diallo down this left-hand side, you look like he might get clamped soon by Guardiola. Oh, he tried to get to Deluded. He's got to Deluded. Deluded, keep composure. He's found Bruno. Bruno's touch is horrible, and another United opportunity goes missing. Is Lissandro going to keep that in? He is. I hope Brentford take 3 points. They seem to be Chelsea's bogey team, but I think Chelsea are going to just run right. I'll be real. Well, that's a good ping by Maguire. That's a great touch by Diallo. Diallo's got... No, don't appeal for a pen. There's so much. Diallo could be lit. There's just 1, 2 little things in his game. If he could just iron that out, United have a player there. You know, if I was a United fan, like, the only players I really would think, like, obviously not everyone could be sold, but for me, Kobe Mainoo, Diallo, by default, young Lenny Yoro. Other than that, and I might be missing out 1 or 2. Everyone, Mazawari, obviously the lit by default he just signed. I wouldn't necessarily be against letting everybody go. Some need to leave more than others, but yeah. Ruben Diaz, composure levels, but he's a really good play. Can he pick out a pass? Jeremy Doku, ooh, that pass from part of me. Doku weren't the best. Guardiola, pure strength made him bust case on that occasion. Mazarawi's been a good signing. Mainoo's cold. Diallo's good. Chelsea look good. It's going to be long if they win the league. If they win the league, boy, Arteta. Gundogan, that's a good flick. Oh, good play from Haaland. Foden has sent it, but Gundogan ain't got the legs to stretch United, and he's making no attempt to. United do have reinforcements. It's here with Matthias Nunes of City. Jeremy Doku, probably where the move dies. Doku tries to skip past Mazawari. That's a good cross. Haaland can't get to it. Kyle Walker, brother. Gundogan. Foden. Gundogan. Foden's quietly went about his business today. Gundogan. Ever since he's been given a license to be slightly further forward, you're seeing a bit more of him. Kovacic. Foden. Nunes. City in their groove now. DG, we talk about Gundogan, but Kevin De Bruyne needs replacing. No, they need to find a Rodri replacement. They need someone that offers something long-term for Kevin De Bruyne. Gundogan needs to become a squad player. Something needs to be done on the wings because you've got Doku and Salvino, which you don't know what you're getting. Grealish, not really doing much. Foden can play out there, but yeah. It's a bit mad. Throw into City. No, I didn't get onto Jason Cundy, but I appreciate that. 97 likes. Can we get 100 people? Pep Guardiola's got an interesting choice of attire there. Hammering deep in conversations with members of his coaching staff. Doku. Nunes. Doku was about to try and nutmeg man again. Kevin De Bruyne is on his last legs for sure. Not an easy player to replace. Not an easy player to replace at all. It's Kevin De Bruyne. But they've been knowing. See, I believe City, you're not stupid. Pep is not stupid. They know they've needed, maybe they overrated the current climate, but they've known they've needed fresh blood, man. A lot of these players always linked with moves away. Obviously, they love playing in the Premier for City, but it's not like any of them are local boys. It's not like they're living in London. I'm sure their wives want to try something new. Like, how many of them City players are still hungry like that? Kobe Maino, good ball. Højlund's offside. And yeah, Højlund, come on, man. Don't need to be offside there. City needed a midfield refresh. If this 115 case wasn't rolling on, they would have no doubt signed 2 of Xavi Simons, Zubimendi, Wirtz, and Douglas Luiz. Boy. I assume the reason we were shifting out every player we could this summer, we were planning to recruit Beggar next summer, but that's always the same story with us. And that's the frustrating thing. Like, I always say this, I hate to agree with Patrice Evra, but he's right. It's always the next season team with Arsenal. It looks like Jack Grealish will be coming on. Bernardo Silva is so good at drawing fouls, whether you love him or loathe him. Yeah, the North London derby is better than this. City got their own Martinelli, Salvino. Yeah, been smoke around them going for Wirtz for time. But reports today say Wirtz is to sign a new deal at Leverkusen. Obviously, new deals don't really mean much. Could still leave, but yeah. Wirtz would be lovely at Arsenal, man. I got him in Football Manager for those of you that follow my FM streams. Guardiola. Nunes. What is he doing here? Finds Diaz. Edison. He's going to lump it long. He is. Is that going to be a great pass? Oh, that's not the worst of knocks into Doku. I thought Doku was being held by Mazraoui. Good contest between Mazraoui and Doku. I thought Doku initially did well. Mazraoui did very well. And he read the challenge of Doku. And United can attack now. Højlund gives it to Bruno Fernandes. It's a great little dink. Oh, I thought Man United were going to draw a level there. Good passage of play. Mazraoui take a bow. Good little battle. Great play from Mazraoui to retrieve it back from Doku and give it to Højlund initially. Højlund, I've never seen you passing behind like that. It's a good run from Bruno. The most difficult thing, as we say, is to put the ball in the back of the net in football. And I'm sure 9 times out of 10, Bruno Fernandes scores that. Today, however, it's whistled wide. I genuinely thought it was about to be 1-1 there. And look at Amrin. He knows with 15 minutes left to go, that's a big opportunity that goes missing. Boy. Surely in this day and age, Wirtz is 100 million or something along those lines. I wonder where he goes. He linked with Real Madrid, and especially with Xabi Alonso going over there allegedly. Bayern Munich, I'm sure you're hoping that you keep him under locks. The only player really I've seen Bayern Munich fumble, I'd actually say Toni Kroos, because he should have. I mean, you can't say he should have never went Real Madrid, but they weren't rating him when he went to Madrid. Gundogan's done very well. Nunes. Watch the run from Gundogan. Nunes. Doku on this left-hand side. Not quite. You know what? The chip is difficult to pull off, but it needs to for his team. Doku, is he going to deliver? Pardon me. Doing too much. United have dealt with that and they keep it moving. Diallo. Kobe Maino. This guy's lit, man. Pardon me, Maino's a baller. That pass didn't come off, but he tried to do a madness. And Kobe Maino. I'm always upset for players like this. Like, you haven't got time in this United team to be a young player just learning. Because you look around, bro, there's bare pretenders. You know what? This is a funny old game. Imagine Anthony comes on and scores. But when you're bringing on Anthony, it's fully last chance saloon, surely. Guardiola. Foden. Oh, bundled there. Jeremy Doku. Oh, Mazraoui takes a trip. Phil Foden tries to float it. Maguire wins it. 2 City players go for the same ball. It's fallen to Haaland. It's blocked by Lisandro Martinez. Corner to Manchester United. How Bayern didn't see the ability in Kroos, we'll never know. That situation must have been political. It must have been. Or maybe they thought it was good, but not this great, which I can't imagine that. But either way, I mean, I'm sure he won champs for them. He had some good times for them, but he should have never left. Him at Real Madrid should have been the biggest what if. Jack Grealish will be coming on. Is that for Doku? Surely. You never know, Pep. It is for Doku. To be fair, he's had a decent game today. Emphasis on decent. Good little battle with Mazawari. Manchester United got 2 subs of their own. I can't make out who's who. Oh, we're seeing Anthony. Big up Lenny Euro. But Anthony and Lenny Euro are coming on. Boy, where's Anthony playing? Is that in place of Diallo? Or is it something else? All smiles from Jack Grealish. We're going to have a conversation about him. You got your wish. Anthony's coming on, man. I saw Salvino at the start playing with freedom and taking players on. Has Pep done what he did with Grealish and told him to focus more on keeping the ball, do you think? Probably. I mean, the manager's entitled to tell people to play how he needs them to be. City are fondled over with Foden. Boy, there's nothing to be said about Grealish, man. Radio silence. Absolute radio silence when discussing him. 3 subs, in fact. Joshua Zertsky's appeared. Zertsky, Euro, Anthony all coming on. Who's number 9 for Man United? Okay. That's the end of Højlund's day. Zertsky's coming on, Mr. 9.5. Zerkamp, as some say. Anthony's coming on for who? Surely Diallo. Oh, wait. Anthony is Anthony coming to play left back? Who's number 3? Okay, there's a bit of a change. Oh, okay. Big decision, Amarin. So surely the lot goes to the right because Mazawari's come off. Anthony's coming to play as a left back, surely. United got swindled. And the lit is coming off for Lenny Euro with 12 minutes left. Lenny Euro is on. Trio substitutions. This is a big call for Manchester United, I must admit. The lot doesn't get it. It's here with Anthony. I mean, is this Anthony left back thing going to work? I want to see what this looks like, you know. Oh, Nano. Oh, you're asking a lot there. You're asking a lot there. Tried to ping it out to Anthony that did not work. Why does he look so vexed at Onana? Why does he look so angry at Onana? Surely that's a foul throw. Ref don't agree with me. Man City on the ball here. Diaz. Edison. Kyle Walker. And that would probably be the big thing. They've not really asked questions of Kyle Walker today, especially considering his form. Oh, he's still on the ball here. Has he played his way into problems? He's earned the throw-in. This camp thing it's a critical. You man need holy water. Camp hype. DG, in your opinion, who would you say are the 3 underrated managers in the Prem? Pardon me, he's kind of getting his flowers now, but I think Areola. 3, I'm not sure. 3. Areola. I don't know for 3, but Areola. I like McKenna, so I'll throw McKenna in there with Ipswich, even if they go down. One more. I don't think there's 3 for me, you know. I'm trying to think. Not Russell Martin. Emery gets his flowers. Espirito Santo's doing his thing, but I wouldn't say he's mine. I think the Crystal Palace and Brighton gaffers are good, but I don't know if I'd throw them into it. I don't think there's 3, you know. Ogate on the ball here. Kobe Mainoo, don't lose it. That City press looked relentless, and Kovacic has caught him late there. And the ref has played advantage for Man United. Anthony on this right-hand side. What can he do? Anthony. How long before he loses it? Finds Diallo. Back here with Anthony. Anthony's done very well to find Diallo there, to be fair with you. Diallo skips past 1, past 2. Can he find a teammate? Technically, it's with Bruno. Bruno's touch is horrible. Goal kick. Criminal there. I don't know why he's shouting at Diallo. Sometimes Ahmad does a bit too much, though, I must admit. But man said, clean your keyboard. It's going to break after you type that on it. My phone's breaking right now because I typed it too. Damn. I told you I must have sensed the aura or something new, Anthony time. Going for broke. Now, to be fair, I think there's a method to the madness with Diallo and Anthony on that right-hand side. Man United fans just devoid of ideas like their players, really. It's not been the most terrible of effort, but one just feels like how many clear-cut chances have Manchester United created There's no, well, beyond being disappointed to lose, they haven't been embarrassed here. And for City, it's 3 points, which is indirectly bad news for Liverpool. Horrible news for Arsenal, considering Liverpool dropped points and Chelsea probably are about to claim 3 points off Brentford. Harry Maguire, that was poor from him. His blushes have been spared as United do have a throw, even if it's deep in their own territory. Right, Anthony trusted to take throw-ins now. They're fully making him a fullback, in it. Bro, you're taking too long, bro. He's found Ugarte. Poor throw to Ugarte, to be fair. Lissandro Martinez. Phil Foden wins the header. And it's back here, thankfully, with Onana, if you're a United fan. Hey, big up Marco Silva. You could throw Marco Silva in there. Thomas Frank's a good gaffer. If United had Rashford and Garnacho in his pitch, 100% they take 3 points. I think Rashford would have been, Rashford's decision-making is another thing, but I do think they could have used Rashford. Garnacho is the type to kind of rob a goal. Man said Marco Silva is a part of the Hayland FC brigade. Anthony. I can't lie. Watching Anthony's bad for the eyes, man. Anthony on this right-hand side. He's actually found his teammates on a couple of occasions. Been an okay cameo, but he's just horrible. Lissandro Martinez. Surely United nick an equaliser. There is a bit of a snooze first, though. Ugarte. Martinez. Lissandro Martinez deliver. Kobe Maino's head up. Sells over. No, Garnacho would have been useless in this game. This season is annoying. City said anyone can drive the car this season and we didn't take the keys. We ain't got a license, man. Kovacic special that 5 seconds after the ball's gone. I mean, Kovacic gets away with murder, man. And we're not forgetting, what was it, last season? He should have been sent off for a straight red on Declan Rice and Odegaard, let alone given 2 yellows. One rule for one, 10 for another. Clearly. Edison goes long. 7 minutes left, excluded any added on time, folks. Haaland wins the header. Grealish up against Harry Maguire. Grealish's attempted pass. Not sure what was going on there. Not sure what United were doing there. How have City earned the corner there? How? We're going to get a replay of that? Garnacho would work Walker harder, just a thought. And he's able to run into the half spaces. I mean, United were done. United were done from a corner. Can they be done again? Looks like no FPL points where Haaland's concerned. Stinking up the place. Jack Grealish to deliver. That's poor, man. It's headed out by United. Gundogan wins the header and it's back here with Grealish. He's got another chance. Plays the more simple pass to Phil Foden. Foden to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker to Nunes. Nunes will go back to Kyle Walker, the captain. I mean, City are not going to force the issue here. Looks like John Stones will be coming on. Oh, that is a poor pass from Nunes. Diallo's gone round the keeper. Ahmad's by himself. That's a pen. 100% that's a pen. Terrible sequences of events for Manchester City. 5 minutes until the game's gone. Wow. Ahmad is putting in a shift. That is why you chase lost causes. We shouldn't even be talking about this. It's an underhit pass by Nunes. Obviously, Ahmad's leached onto it. It's him against the world. Matthias Nunes trying to address for his mistake. After this, how can you make a decision worse than the pass? He's absolutely clattered Diallo. There's no question marks around it. 100% it's a pen. Diallo's going to be in a bit of a pain because that looked quite painful to be on the receiving end. So silly. 1-0 is a dangerous lead. And look at Pep stress. Scratching up his bald head. Pep stress. Being a manager is stress. Don't let the money fool you. Look at the spit. Brother. Football manager. This is what happens when you play FM. Pep's been FM'd. Boy, Nunes, there's no point now. You've made the mistake. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, boy. But man up now. Boy. Diallo's actually come off. That'll be his last action. Or will he? Has he come off? No, I don't think he's receiving treatment. Anthony's funny. I think Anthony want to take the pen. Anthony's funny. Bruno Fernandes. I reckon he'll score. He's quite good at pens. This is the most important penalty he will take in a hot minute up against Edison. They both speak Portuguese, so I hope they're chatting shit to each other. Bruno Fernandes, I believe, has scored 20 of the 24 penalties he's had. I remember him missing one against Arsenal, to be fair with you. I reckon it's a Panenka thing. Or bottom left, so Edison's right. It's too late in the game for that Panenka stuff, to be fair. Can United draw level? Bruno Fernandes sends the keeper the wrong way. I was wrong about the area, but you're shameless. A man said, I'm just a chill guy. Bruno is shameless, but it's 1-1 nonetheless. Boy, this is why you don't make mistakes in the game, man. To be fair, draw is probably the fairest result, really. But it's another big 2 points dropped for City because they were leading. It's a point game for United. It's 2 points dropped for City. And instantly Pep looks like he told Stones to come to sit down and he's bringing on Silvinho. Boy, City, same old problems, mate. Same old problems. Good penalty from Bruno, to be fair. Stay humble. Not judging Edison on his pen, but is he on fraud watch? Recent results say he passes better than goalkeepers. I can't lie, he's so good at. He's such a quality keeper, but he does mad stuff. I don't think he's to blame for that. Haaland wins the header. Boy, City is looking mad. For United, you just want to hold on. In fact, they could end up nicking it. It's here with Anthony. Lenny Yoro goes all the way back home to Onana. Onana's gone on. Gundogan's come off. Silvinho's come on. Does that mean Grealish is? I don't know now. I thought Grealish should be playing inside. I don't know what's going on. Do United hang on or do they push for another one? It looks like they think they can get another one. They look. United need to relax. Bruno Fernandes. Lisandro Martinez. Haaland need the humbling. We're going to get another Haaland touch. Man United! Oh! Ahmad has nicked it. This guy is special, man. Ahmad is special. He's special. You've got to love football. Blink and you miss it. This is a real-life football manager thing. Pep and City have been shagged. Yeah, congratulations for the winning the Premier League, City, man. No one else is on what you're on. If you don't want to be in a race with Chelsea, you don't do your thing. But City have crumbled, lad. Blink and you miss it. Smash and grab. The man who won the penalty has now scored. Big up. Are you on my bench in FPL? Please tell me. Tell me or not. Big up Diallo. Ten Hag, I hope you're proud of yourself. Ten Hag is defo somewhere stressed. He's defo somewhere stressed. I don't know what was going on with Ahmad, but the fact that you weren't playing him, you know what, Lisandro Martinez, it's a great ball from you. It's a great ball. It's a great finish. You know, somebody did judge on Edison because we were just talking about Edison and saying he did nothing wrong. Edison's positioning is horrible. His defenders are at 6s and 7s. And considering you're in the dying embers of the game, horrible. Manchester United is 3 points gained. Scratched all of that. A big 3 points. Boy, it's peak. City are not creating chances. They're not winning their midfield battles on a consistent basis. They're at 6s and 7s week in, week out defensively. Congratulations, Liverpool, on the title, man. Congratulations. And Chelsea are probably laughing as well. Boy. And Ahmad, I believe, come off now. Pick him up, man. Wakanda Messi, fair play. Smash and grab. Man of the match without a doubt. Hey, big up Amarin, he's bringing on Lindelof. Now, if this was City of a few years ago, you'd imagine that they're not out of it. But this year, they're gone. And could United get a third? They're not. Okay, he's showing why he's a fullback. He's getting nosebleed. That was Absolute quality. Absolute quality. It's the touch, man. That's why first touch can buy you a lot of time in football, man. Boy. Amarin's beaten Pep twice this year. Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish. Boy, Jack Grealish, this Victoria Beckham cute touches thing is not gonna bang. Phil Foden, it's over, City, man. It's over. It's over. Look, see now the pressure's on. Foden's crumbling. Look, Foden's crumbling. Look, crumbling. Lindelof. Oh nah. Oh nah. There's 3 minutes. He's cleared his lines. Boy, best last 5 minutes. I'm happy for him. What a goal. City have caught the Spurs. The only explanation. United actually outplayed City at their home. They're finished. Pep needs to be stressed, but how stressed can you be when this is all that keeps happening? They still don't create chances for Haaland. I don't want to be that guy, but Anthony's come on. United have turned it around. Garnacho tried setting up Ahmad as the league. Wallahi, hell is not enough for him. See what happens when you scheme on people. God is real. And even that, Amarin, obviously, the victory dictates the narrative. You've dropped Rashford and Garnacho for whatever reason. So that shows good management. The team have got the result. It's a big 3 points. Boy. Silvinho, you must. Martinelli got assist at this ground. You must. Kyle Walker. Silvinho. Boy. It's looking spooky. Kyle Walker. It's looking spooky. Phil Foden. It's looking spooky. Surely not even United concede. If they concede, it'd be a madness. City have shot themselves in the foot. It's been great for Man United to force those errors, but it's self-inflicted stuff. Haaland's crumbling. It's self-inflicted nonsense. That goal was fantastic from a United perspective. From City, horrible defending. Stupid back pass before that from Matthias Nunes, and a horrible sequence of events that led to a pen. Silvinho, you can't do it by yourself, lad. Boy, they're screwed now. City needed to keep Alvarez. When was the last time United beat City in the league? Didn't they do it last year? I could be wrong, but I don't think it's as far back as people think. Haaland isn't complete enough a player to create his own goals. I just don't think that's him. Corner kick to City. Nails gone, head and face full of scratches, lip bleeding. Pep needs a holiday. Pep needs some Cali, man. Ahmad is a top talent, can go far in the game. How United played, robbed players like Anthony ahead of him is baffling. Ten Hag, Nunes was cooking to the pen, mad press resistant. He's had a decent game, but bro, you can see the pen in it. He undone anything. Anything that's remembered is this now. To be fair, a draw would have been the perfect result or the best result, I feel. But United have been given half chances and they've taken them. That's what you've got to do. Wow. Conceding against Man United at home. That's crazy. I told you there'd be agendas. If this stays like this, City fans are going to go into complete head loss. It's a tough season, man. Congratulations to Liverpool on the title. And if you're Onana, you've got to take that yellow card. There's a couple of seconds left. Onana is going to waste as much time. But his teammate Ahmad flipped this game on its head and given his team, his manager and the fans a big 3 points. And you can see the United fans smiling. Boy, I know Liverpool and Chelsea fans twerking right now. Sharks scored on the Devil's Trident. It's Pete. What a way with words. Are we just going to play on until City equalise? Couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of players, City, man. Arrogant. Just arrogant more than anything. Not all of them, but a lot of these City players are very arrogant. So quite happy to see them smoked at the moment. Kovacic. Foden. He can never back the beef. Kovacic. Good defending by Agate, and surely that's it. Zertsky running to a blind alley. Walker's tried to foul him. And to be fair, Zertsky, you're a nicer man than me because you should have just went down. And he still got the ball. This is great play by Zertsky. I bring out the skills. If you're really Zerkamp, okay, Walker's finally won it. We should have done enough there. And they have. Why are they zooming in on Casemiro like he played? Oh, because he's next to Ahmad. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. Ferguson be proud of that. That is the definition of smash and grab. Big 3 points for Manchester United. For City, they had the lead. Blink and you miss it. Stupid penalty, stupid marking, and that's how it's gone. To be fair, it was a low-key affair until, these little flashpoints. I think a draw would have been the best of results. I think United have played very well. They rid their luck. They've obviously got the win. Don't think anybody was dead. Diallo quickly running to speak to Pep Guardiola. Like, it's not adapting. Paul Pogba's been linked with City, to be fair. Big 3 points. Big 3 points for Man United. A Bruno Fernandes penalty and a bit of brilliance from Ahmad, who deserves it. And, I know you need to move on from Ten Hag, but, like, what did this man need to do to get minutes sooner? Like, football's a funny old game of opinions, but why didn't you play him? What an ending, man. What an ending. Gundo's finished. Kevin De Bruyne running on empty. Foden doesn't want to be him. Haaland too prideful. Wingers that are channeling Jesus. You lot know City fans. You lot are crazy. You know City fans. That's mad. Half of them used to be Arsenal fans. Well, that's football. Can't sit on 1-0 leads. Momentum is hard to stop. And again, 1-0 is a dangerous lead when your team is susceptible to switching off defensively. You have moments like that. Football's about moments. And really and truly, the 90 minutes, it was even. There wasn't really anything to scream and shout about. But a couple of flashpoints. Great bit of play from Ahmad for the goal. Great bit of play for him to win the corner. Win the penalty. Stupid from City. Obviously, Man United switched off from another set piece and their problems in that regards remain. But big 3 points for Manchester United. It doesn't matter how you get it, just get it. They found a way. Boy, Pep Guardiola, boy, I don't know what you're going to say. I don't know what you're going to say because what can you say? Stressed. Absolutely stressed. And again for Amarin, like these men have dropped Garnacho and Rashford, whether they would have been starting or not. So it's wins all round, really. It's wins all round. It's not good enough to be the best team for an hour, if that was the case or whatever. Boy. City are finished. Boy. The only thing that would make this better, seeing City turn pack, would actually be Southampton pulling off a result. I'll be real. If Southampton could pull a result off against Liverpool, that'd be amazing. You're dreaming if you think that's going to be the case, if I'm honest. And again, unfortunately, this game is somewhat overshadowed by the fact that Mason Mount picked up a knock. Boy. It's peak. Boy, and to be fair with you, you could still go. I go back to that Højlund penalty incident with Diaz. Could you argue that it could have been 2 Man United pens? I don't know, man. United are coming next few years will be hard for Arsenal, boy. Fair enough. Pep going to show up at the presser with both eyes swollen like he just went 12 rounds against Prime Tyson. City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool are not going to get worse. Look what's possible when you don't spend half the game a man down. I have some belief though. The problem is the age gap. Is the age gap in the DG. They got players at the tail end of their careers and a bunch of players who are yet to ascend. That is the case for City. Amad Diallo, what a player. Only if he joined us, he can do bits for us. You agree? He's a quality player. This match was worth a draw, but one team pushed and got a result. This 5/3 at the back becoming a problem in this league. Where was this City the last 2 seasons? Life ain't fair. That's me. Boy, this is the thing with Arsenal. Again, this could have been a great weekend. This is a great weekend. It's one where you save, it's saving grace for Liverpool. But if you're Chelsea and you go and beat Brentford now, you're laughing. City drop points, Arsenal drop points, Liverpool drop points. This is why I don't read too much into what other teams are doing. Jamie corner as well. DG Ahmad with the assist for the City goal. DG prediction, right? Did I not say Manchester United 2, City 1? It just felt like one of those weekends, man. And it's not even anything genius. Like, City are there to be got at. Like, it's still City, it's still Pep. But the longer they carry on like this, we can't deny the obvious. Like, they are in serious problems. And they can be got at. Big result, man. Bragging rights in the City at the moment for Man United. Big confidence booster more than anything. I think Amarin will let the players enjoy tonight. And then whoever United got the opportunity to shift focus becomes there. But today they've earned it. Doesn't matter if you were better than them for 5 minutes, you nicked it. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. But yeah, man, we were treated to 3 goals. Didn't think we'd see 3 goals, admittedly, based on the first 45 minutes, but we did. And on that note, peace.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
There's always just that active and that defenders. I think it's like